Hi, twins. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh. I know y'all probably thought y'all was gonna get a twin flame reading this week. Like I said, I'm just dragging a little bit because I am what they call it, vacationing from the vacation, right? So it's just a little late, but I'm here. Okay. So today we're gonna do it's gonna be a new love reading, and we're gonna delve a little bit further into the connection with this new person. Okay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. This is a little bit more of a longer one, so that's why it took me a minute to bring out these cards. Okay, so here we go. Overall energy for this week's twin flame reading is the Two of Wands. So, of course, the Two of Wands is talking about, you being at a crossroads, you having to make a choice. Like I said, we're going to keep seeing this card until everybody has gone through what they need to go through to make their choice. Okay, until they've gotten together with the new person, decided if they wanted to be with this new person or be by themselves. And then when the twin comes back, you having to make a choice between either yourself and the twin, or the new person and the twin. Okay. All right. Underneath this is the Five of Wands. This is talking about, inner and outer conflict. It's also talking about competition. I feel like this is talking about the competition that is going to occur between the twin and the soulmate when the two of them come together. Okay. Underneath this is the Empress. All right. This is what you're supposed to be doing. This is Taurus Libra energy, and guys, make it fit. It's the Emperor. Okay. So this is the best qualities of all the queens if you're an Empress. It's the best qualities of all the kings if you're an Emperor. This is what you're supposed to be doing while this competition is going on. Spirit is saying you stand in your power, know your worth, and let them deal with whatever they got to deal with, and at the end you're going to make your choice. Okay. And underneath this is the Eight of Swords. This can talk about, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant. It is a self-imposed prison. You may be thinking yourself to death. This could represent your twin trying to think themselves out of this situation and trying to figure out a way to come and get you back. Okay. All right. And underneath this, we have the Princess of Cups. This is the Page of Cups. It is, a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is the Pisces card. With this Princess of Cups, like I said, it's normally the Page of Cups. And I feel like this is talking about a love offer coming towards you with an apology. For some of you, this is talking about the twin coming towards you with an apology. But for others of you, because especially from what I've heard in the comments, some of y'all have already had encounters with your soulmate and some shit fell apart. So this could be the soulmate coming towards you with an apology as well. Okay. But you know what I'm telling you? You go live your life, twins. You don't sit around here waiting on no fucking body. Don't do that. Okay. Go live your life, because each day that passes, I tell y'all this all the time, each and every day that passes is a day you cannot get back. Okay. And like I said, I know a lot of you are tired of being alone and tired of being, in this situation where you feel like you're waiting. So stop waiting. That's what I'm telling you. Stop waiting and go and live your life. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying. Hold on. I don't know what I did with this. Okay. We're going to start by clarifying the Two of Wands. This is like, I got cards all over the table. Okay. Here we go. Two of Wands. Okay, so on your side, we have the admiration card. So you are admired by this new person. Okay, we talked about this before, that this person admires you greatly. I also feel like on the DL, on the down low, your twin admires you as well. Okay, because a lot of you have turned around from this person, you've walked away from them, you've turned your back on them, and you have not gone back. Okay, for some of you, this person has tried to tempt you into going back, and you still turned your back and was like, no. Okay, this is someone who, you know, does not want to see you flourish. Okay, they are pissed because you have a lot of love for yourself and you're putting yourself first. But this person wants to pull you down and bring you down and have you down with them so that they can, like I told you, move in and out of your life as they choose. Okay, and this is about them not wanting you to elevate, not wanting you to be better, because as long as you're on this lower level, they don't have to elevate themselves. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Okay, all right. So when it comes to your person, like I said, I already told you your person admires you, right? So when it comes to on your person side, we've got the growth and expansion card. So like I said, this person's coming into your life. There's going to be a lot of growth between the two of you. You're going to help each other to elevate. This is going to be somebody who is going to want to do everything in their power to see you shine, because they shine as well. They're doing what they need to do to elevate as well. So this is going to be a relationship where I hear Rihanna, shine bright like a diamond. Okay, where the both of you are going to be able to shine brightly. Okay, and it's not going to be somebody jealous of the other person because one is outdoing the other. It's not a relationship of competition. Okay, that's one thing that you need to be cautioned about. This is not someone you want to compete with. Okay, this is a person that is supposed to be a part of your life. You're supposed to be a part of their life. You are supposed to form a team and work together. It is not about one person trying to outdo the other. Okay, please make sure you remember this. Okay, all right. So first card we're going to take a look at in the spread, or first two cards, it represents what type of person this new person is. So we've got the Ten of Cups showing up here, and we have the Nine of Wands. So this is somebody, like I've told you this before, they, you know, are all about wanting to love and be loved, wanting to have a family, wanting to find their happiness, wanting to find that rainbow and those 10 cups. Okay, and they feel like, you know, as of right now, you are the person that they're wanting to be with. Okay, they saw you, and you immediately became their 10 of cups, their home. This is, you know, you are their celebration. You are all the good things in life to them. Okay, but they also are showing up as the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. So it took a long time for this person to find you. I feel like, okay, I feel like they've been searching. Okay, they've been through a lot of jacked up relationships, just like you have. They've experienced a lot of abuse and, you know, mental and emotional abuse, breadcrumbing, all the things that you've experienced. Okay, because a lot of people in the comments will back this up, because they've told me specifically that all of the things that spirit is saying are coming true, that when they talk to their person, it's the same thing. They say they went through a lot of the same shit together, just like I told you. So this person showing up as the wounded warrior, I feel like, is a gift to the both of you, because the both of you are wounded warriors. And as I've told you before, nobody can truly understand what you've gone through, okay, unless they've gone through it themselves. I don't care what nobody say, because me and one of my, you know, one of my ex-friends, we used to debate about this all the time. And I used to tell her, because she and I had similar backgrounds, and I used to tell her, I said, you can talk about this shit to everybody all day long, the things that we have gone through, because we have gone through a lot of the same shit. And I would tell her, I said, you can tell them people all day long, they be like, yeah, I can see this and I can see that. And I'm like, bullshit. You can only see it when you've actually gone through it, when you've actually experienced it yourself. Let me give you an example. Let's talk about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson and Elizabeth Taylor. Do you remember during the end of nearing the end of both of their lives, how they became best friends? They were like best friends. They were always together, always spending a lot of time together. And I remember there was something, I don't know if they got interviewed or whatever, but I remember them talking about their childhood experiences, and they had a lot of the same shit happen to each other, where they both were pushed into, pushed into, you know, the world and pushed into acting and entertainment at an early age. So they never got a chance to grow up, you know, have a normal upbringing, and they never got a chance to experience just playing around and being a kid and doing all the things that most people experience growing up. They lived pretty much their early lives were kind of abnormal. It's not, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that as in they didn't experience what is quote unquote normal in our world. So I'm saying all of this to say the reason why they bonded with each other and they got along so well like that is because they had similar experiences. And like I tell you, you talk to a lot of people, and sometimes you just need somebody that fucking understands you, that knows exactly what you're saying. You ain't got to get into no debates, no discussions about it. You tell them, and you don't have nobody saying, well, maybe the person meant this, and but that's your family, so why did you nobody want to hear that kind of shit. When somebody telling you what's going on with them, that's the last thing they want to hear. They don't want to hear you taking the other person's side. They want you to try to understand where they're coming from and what they went through. And so I feel like in this relationship, that's what's going to happen between the two of y'all. Y'all are going to be all about each other and understanding each other. And I feel like the fact that you have these shared experiences is what's going to help you, you know, become closer and stay closer. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. Yeah. So we've got the answer is yes on your side. So I feel like that is just spirit saying, you know, the answer is yes. This is the person that is for you. The things that we were just talking about. This is, you know, exactly what, you know, this person is supposed to mean to you. Okay. And this is the reason why they're coming towards you like this, and they have issues. Because see, in the beginning, y'all were looking at it as if it were a bad thing, but a lot of this stuff that this person is going through, you've been through it too. So like I said, you can't expect somebody to go through this life and be unscathed. You can't expect to meet somebody and be in a relationship with them and expect nothing to be wrong with them. That's not living in reality. Okay. Like I said, you have a choice at the end of the day on who you want to be with and who you don't want to be with. But let me tell you, as somebody who's been through a lot of motherfucking shit in their life, a lot of shit, okay, a lot of crazy stuff, to where I used to question what the fuck was going on in my life. Okay, I'm saying, I'm telling you all of this to say that at the end of the day, you just need somebody that understands you. I think that was the number one reason why I wanted to be with a black man. It was because the things, the climate, the racial climate in this world, and the things that are going on in this world, I need somebody where when some shit go down, I can sit down and talk to them about that, and they understand exactly what is going on. And I ain't got nobody trying to say, well, maybe it's this and maybe it's that and maybe that, because they don't experience the same shit I do. Okay, but thankfully, the person that is coming into my life is a minority as well. So I don't have to worry about that, because they experience similar shit too. Okay. All right. So we got the living in the past, the reliving the past card here. So this is what Spirit is saying, is that the two of you will be reviewing and reliving the past together, but it is in an effort to, you know, not necessarily an effort, but it's going to end up being a situation where you relive the past with this person. And by you talking to this person and getting into this with this person and really reviewing what has happened to you, this person is going to help you heal your shit. You're going to help them heal theirs. Okay. All right. Okay. So the next two cards we're going to take a look at represent how this person is going to impact your life. So we got the Nine of Swords and we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, for me, water sign is someone with a lot of water in their chart: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I told you, when this card shows up, Spirit is distinctly telling me it is Scorpio. So some of you may have Scorpio placements, or your person may have. So when it comes to how this person is going to impact your life, I feel like they're gonna cut down, or if not completely, help you to stop the anxiety, stop the worrying, stop the crying, stop the nightmares, all the negativity in your life. I'm not saying every negative thing in your life is going to go away, but this person is going to help you heal a lot of the things that help you to, you know, they're going to help you heal a lot of the things that oh gosh, get in the way of you trying to manifest the life of your dreams. okay, I am not saying that this person is gonna, heal every negative thing in your life, but I feel like, the ways in your life in which you are making mountains out of molehills, where, things, it's hard for you to look at things in a positive manner, all those types of things. I feel like the two of you are going to be a support system for each other, because with the Queen of Cups, it is talking about having a lot of love for someone. And I feel like both of you, because I feel like this card is representing the both of you. It's not just one person, it's both of you, because this card is somebody psychic. It represents someone who is psychic, someone who is, empathic, someone who has a lot of love to give. So I feel like both of you have a lot of love to give each other. You've been through a lot of shit. And I feel like with this with the Nine of Swords, it is about both of you being each other's support system, so that when these things happen, right, you're going to help each other through the things that you may be currently going through right now. But when these, new things come in, you're going to help each other. You're going to use the love you have for each other to heal, to help heal these things that are occurring, or help to relieve them. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Nine of Swords and Queen of Cups. Okay, yeah. So this is about, dealing with the regrets, like the things that you may have regretted in your life. Because, like I said, a lot of us, the majority of us, if you listening to this read, a lot of us have been through a lot of shit, and I'm adding myself into that equation, because I just told you I've been through a lot of stuff. If I was to sit down here and talk about a lot of the things that I've been through, you wouldn't fucking believe it. Okay, some of it, when I've told people that didn't understand, they would look at me like I was crazy. They'd be like, "You got to be making that up," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." Okay, so we got the regret card here. A lot of you may feel a lot of regret about the things you've gone through and the stuff that you experience, and your person may feel that way as well. But I feel like you're going to be like a balm to each other, or a salve, in order to, you know, open up these wounds and heal them properly and move forward. Okay. Then we've got the communication card and the mirroring card. This is coming from your person. Where is it? No, coming from your side. So there's going to be a lot of communication between you and this person. Like I told you, you're going to be talking into the wee hours of the night. All right. And it's going to be one of those conversations where you're not going to want to stop talking to each other, because you're going to be so just engrossed in the things that you're talking about, and just being accepted and being loved and being understood on that level. I feel like it's going to be something like you've never ever experienced before. And so the two of you mirror each other. So what is happening for one person is going to be happening for the other one. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the next card, we're going to look at the next placement. It's talking about how this person is going to help you grow. So we got the Prince of Swords showing up here, which is the Knight of Swords, okay, in the normal decks. And then we have the Strength card, which is Leo energy. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So these two cards, what Spirit is saying is that this person is going to help you grow with the Strength card by, you know, helping, like helping to build up your self-esteem, like adding to it, and adding to, how you feel about yourself. Okay. And helping you to believe in yourself more. And then with the Prince of Swords card, this is about somebody, you know just like going for it, and being this person's going to be your cheerleader. And in situations where, like, there may be something that you may be afraid to do. Okay. Because that's life. You're always going to have things that you're afraid of, but usually the things that you're the most afraid of, twins, are the things that you really need to be doing. So I feel like this is going to be somebody that is standing behind you, giving you that support, or standing beside you, giving you that support, so that, you know they will help to bring down that anxiety and that fear, and to show you and help you to believe and to know and to understand that you can do anything in this life that you want to do. So I feel like you're both gonna be helping each other be the best person you can be. And like I said, build up your self-esteem, and learn to believe in yourself more, so you can accomplish all the things that you came here and set out to do. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Anything else you want to give me? Okay, so we've got the crossroads card showing up here again. Okay, and I feel like with this crossroads, it's just talking about the two of you, because you're coming together in this energy. Okay, and you're helping each other to elevate and to become better, better people, better twins, and better whoever your person, better soulmates and better twins. It's going to be a situation where you're going to be able to be more confident in navigating the crossroads of your life. You're going to help each other to make better decisions when it comes to your life, because you'll have somebody that has had, like I said, similar experiences to you, to be on the outside of what you're going through and be able to discuss it with you. You can mull it over with this person, and the both of you come together and come out better for it, and have this person's going to be able to give you the advice you need, to help you through whatever it is you're going through, and vice versa. Okay. All right. Then we've got the blessings coming your way. So Spirit is just saying, this person is going to do nothing but add blessings to your life and elevate you as a person as well. And then we have pay attention to the details. Okay. So I feel like, just with the details, Spirit is just talking about just the things, to pay attention to what y'all are talking about when they talk to you and when you talk to them. Pay attention to the similarities. Look at the things you've gone through. Look at how much this person, you're going to realize how much you're going to realize this person is a blessing to you. This person is a gift from the universe for you. This person is going to be somebody that's pretty much tailor made. They're going to be exactly the type of person you're wanting them to be. But like I said, in no means, shape, or form is this person going to be perfect. Okay. All right. So the next card we're going to take a look at, or next placement, represents what their true intention is in the relationship. So we've got the Ten of Wands showing up here. So this is about this person lightening your load. Okay. They are trying to help you trying to relieve you of your burdens, help you to put down whatever this is you've been carrying all your life by yourself. They're coming in intending to help you to put this down for good, and realize that you don't have to carry. If you have a load that you have to carry in your life, you no longer have to carry it by yourself, twins. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Okay, hold on. Didn't we just have? Oh, maybe it was on the bottom of the deck. I don't know. I'm looking for a card. I thought we had this other card, but I guess apparently we didn't. Okay, so to clarify the Ten of Wands, we have a fresh start. So like I said, you and this person, it's like you're going to be starting your lives all over again, because you're going to have a new lease on life. You're going to look at things differently. You're going to be more positive about life, because I feel like a lot of us have gotten very pessimistic about this life because of the things that we've gone through. And it's only fair that you'd be in that energy, because you can't keep beating on a person and beating on a person and beating on a person and not expecting them to start to look at life in a way that is not positive. Okay. So I feel like, you're going to have a fresh new start. You're going to have this passionate romance. Like I said, you will never look at your life the same way again. I feel like once this person has become a part of your life. Okay. And I think that is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Okay. All right. Okay. So next card represents how this person feels about you. Okay. So we have Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign, or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person thinks you the shit. Okay. This person is telling you with this Queen of Pentacles card that you are their person. You are the one. You are the one they crave. You are the one they dream of. Like I said, I feel like this person thinks about you the first thing when they wake up in the morning, and you're the last thing they think of at night. They dream of you. You are the one for this person. Okay. And then they see you as their life partner, with the fact that it's showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. The two of you, you provide stability for this person. You provide groundedness for this person. You provide all the amazing things about relationships, about it being like support and like I said, grounding and you know, just being able to relax. You hold a safe space for each other. And I feel like that's what your person is saying with this Queen of Pentacles card. Okay. All right. And then you also, like I said, you both provide stability for each other. And I feel like, you know, it's not just, see, look, I was going to say monetary stability, right? That's what I was just about to say, because I was looking at the coin on this card. So I feel like I said, your world is going to change for the better. It will never be the same. And you're both providing balance for each other as well. Okay. All right. So the next card we're going to take a look at represents what your person wants from this relationship. So we've got the Two of Swords showing up here, and we have the Prince of Cups, which is normally the Knight of Cups, which is, you know, water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So when it comes to what your person wants, okay, they want you to choose them, okay? They want you to take off the blindfold, take these two swords, pull them out from, you know, in front of your heart, just throw them on the ground. Like I tell you, put the gun down, okay? Come out from this moon, okay? Because, you know, the moon talks about things hidden, right? They don't want you to have any secrets. This person wants you to open yourself up to them fully. That's why this Two of Swords card is showing up here, because this is somebody that will stick their head in the sand. They'll hold themselves back emotionally. They have a lot of secrets. You know, they're shrouded in a lot of shadows, you know? And I feel like this person is saying, I want all of that going. I want you to strip yourself down. I want you to be naked, but vulnerable. Vulnerable. That's what I mean. Naked emotionally, mentally, and then they want you to get naked physically too. We know that. But this is talking about in a figurative way. This person wants you to open up to them all the way. This is what they've always wanted in a relationship. And I feel like this is what you've always wanted as well. But in order for this to happen, there has to be extreme trust on both sides of this connection. Okay. So with the Knight of Pentacles, which is, like I said, it's the Knight of Cups. I'm sorry, which is the Prince of Cups in this thing. They're wanting you to lay all your cards out on the table, right? To be completely open and honest about your feelings when it comes to them. Okay. They're not really worrying about what goes on the outside, but this is how they want you to be with them. They want you to be completely stripped down, completely open to them, and they're wanting to do the same thing with you. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. So we've got, oh Lord. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Don't get mad at the damn messenger. I feel like this card is showing up because this Two of Swords can talk about making a choice as well. And they want you to not choose this person, to choose them. Okay. They want you to choose them. Okay. And then we got the Visitor card showing up. So this could talk about the soulmate coming to visit you. But this, you know what I feel like this is? I just feel like this is Spirit saying that when this happens, let me just go with what I'm channeling. I feel like Spirit is saying that when this right here happens, when you strip yourself and you become vulnerable with this person, my mind is in the gutter too. Don't feel bad. So when you strip yourself down and you open yourself up vulnerably with this person, and the two of you become committed, then here come your buddy. Here come the twin. Okay. And they gonna come knocking on the damn door, because like I told you, they don't want you to be happy because they miserable and they feel like everybody should be miserable around them. But you know what I say, F them. You got to live your life. This is about you being in the sun, about you being happy. Okay. And so when that happens, that's why I feel like the card we were talking about here in the deck, this Five of Wands card, is showing up because like I said, this new person, this soulmate, they want to know that they number one, and that there is nobody else that you looking at, you entertaining, or any of that stuff. So let me give you this, tell you this as a word of warning. You need to make sure that you do everything in your power to make this person understand that they're the only one you want to be with, and that you're not looking at nobody else. Because I feel like that's a big, especially I'm talking to my females, okay? Because I feel like that has been a big atrocity in this person's life, that a lot of the people that they've been in relationships with have made them feel like, you know, they've been cheated on. you know, they've dealt, dealt with these other people. They've kicked them to the kicked your person to the side, and chose somebody else, or was messing around with other people while they were with them, and all this kind of stuff. And for a man, that is very, it is for either gender. It's a bad thing. But I feel, for some reason, for me, I don't know, because I feel like, even though, society tries to say men are this and men are this and men are that, I feel like at times men are more sensitive than women are. Okay. And that when this type of thing happens, it emasculates them. And I'm not saying that this person is going around being like that or in that energy, but when somebody chips, that because you happen to you, when somebody chips at your self-esteem, and you trying to put yourself back together, you may have a little tender spot there. And so that's why I'm just saying, make sure that your person understands, because this is about both of you feeling safe. Okay. And I feel like this person's going to do that with you as well. Once they realize and they know that you're there with them, and you ain't looking at nobody else, you ain't seeing nobody else, you just want to be with them, I feel like, they're going to be making strides to make you feel like that as well. But I feel like that's when they really going to open up and flourish, because this person has been shown through things that have happened to them in their relationships. You know that how some people are, and it could be a man or woman, where it's not about the person that they're with. They'll be with anybody as long as they get what they want out of the situation. It's not that, it's that person. And I feel like that's what your person has been craving, and what they've been wanting is somebody to come into their life and be like, it's you. It ain't nobody else. Like, it could be 50 million men in the damn room, or 50 million women in the room, and the only person I see is you. That's what this person wants. Okay. That's what I'm picking up from the situation, from the things that they've gone through. Okay. And I feel like y'all feel like that as well. But what I'm getting from spirit with the men, that hits a little harder for them, because, like I said, it's emasculating to a man to feel like that, for somebody to feel like it's just anybody. And like I said, it messes with a woman too. It messes with a woman. And I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I'm just saying, I feel like that particular thing, that's just what I'm getting, is just a little bit more so with a man. Okay. But I'm not saying you don't deserve that too. You don't want to be the only person in the room as well. I feel like that's what this person has been doing in their relationships, is trying to make their male or their female feel like they're the only person, but they've just been picking the wrong people, just like y'all have been picking the wrong people, and then you end up getting chipped away at. That's what I feel like. Okay. All right. So, like I said, don't come screaming at me in the comments. I understand it hurts on both sides, but I don't know, something about that. What I'm telling you, what I'm picking up, and that is what I'm picking up. I'm not saying that, like I said, I'm just saying it like this. We, in society, we build men up, and we're like, men are strong. Men are never supposed to cry. Men are never supposed to have, any downtime. They're never supposed to, but we, it's like we forget at the end of the day, men are people just like we are. And I'm not saying that we aren't, and I'm not saying we don't deserve the same things, but I'm saying sometimes I feel like the life of a man can be a little bit harder, because they have all this stuff put on them. Because think about us, we're allowed to feel our feelings. We're allowed to cry. We're allowed to fall apart and be a mess. But when does a man get to do that, right? When does a man get to do that? And then if he does do that, you hear people calling him weak, calling him a simp, calling him all this kind of stuff. But you have to realize, especially if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, that you're going to see this man at his best, and you're also going to see him at his worst. And if you don't understand what I'm telling you, you're going to have a problem when he's at his worst, and you don't recognize what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. Okay. I'm just telling you, you need to just make sure that he understands that you're all he sees. Cause you see the cards that come out for every week, right? You're all this person sees. and they want the same thing in return. Basically, what they're giving you, they're asking you this. They're asking you to give it back to them in return. They're not asking you for anything that they're not willing to do. Let me make sure I put that out there. Okay. All right. So what were we talking about? Okay. So what they want from this relationship, right? So both of you are being guided by spirit. Okay. All right. This reminds me of that, the lantern that the hermit carries. That's what this is reminding me of. And then we've got the life partner card. So this person is looking for a life partner. And I also feel like with the guide card, this is them spirit saying that this person wants the two of you to have a relationship where you're being each other's guide. Okay. Like you're being each other's port in the storm, or you're being each other's lighthouse, that type of thing. Okay. So this, like I said, this person takes this relationship very seriously. Like I told you, this person admires you. All right. They want to grow with you, expand with you. They want to have businesses with you, get money with you, may have a family with you. That's why all of these cards are coming up. Every card that has to do with like major life changes, with like major arcana and all this type of stuff is coming up. So it's letting you know that this is not somebody that's not taking this seriously. Okay. All right. So the next card we're going to take a look at represents how willing you are to open yourself up to this person. Okay. So we got the Six of Cups and we have the Seven of Cups here. So the Six of Cups is talking about, this being, this person being a soulmate. All right. It's also talking about the past life connection that the two of you share. So I feel like this is talking about a strong connection. It's talking about the fact that the two of you are reuniting. But then we got the Seven of Cups here, which can talk about having choices, okay, having options, being confused. Okay. So for some of you, I am feeling like, it's gonna be slow going. Okay, let me just say that, and a little bit of a difficult road, because like I said, both of you have been hurt. But I feel like we're looking at this from you being outside of this, most of you being outside of this and not being in the relationship yet. And I feel like once you start to get in a relationship, I'm not saying all of the nervousness is gonna go away, but I feel like the more you talk to each other and you come together and you work together, it's gonna make you, put you more and more at ease the longer the two of you are together. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Okay, so we've got the karma and the lessons card, and we have the family card. So like I said, it's about the two of you becoming a family together, whether you have kids or you don't have kids, whether you have children and you become a blended family, or whether one of you has children and the other one doesn't. Okay, it's about the two of you forming a family together. And then we've got the karma and the lessons card. So there will be lessons, and there will, this is, I feel like you, as somebody told me in the comments, your dharma for, or good karma for going through all you've gone through, and now getting to the point to where you understand that you need to choose yourself and the things that the things that knowing what you deserve and what it is that you're supposed to have in a relationship. But like I said, you have to know it. And I feel like that was the reason you went through all the things you went through, and your person did as well, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day if you're a good person or if you try to do things right, if you don't recognize what is the proper protocol in a relationship, what type of treatment you're supposed to be getting in a relationship, and not being in that energy of being willing to walk away, because this is about your dignity at the end of the day, and knowing that if you're not getting your needs met, okay, because a lot of us try to put a band-aid on shit, and when you're not, or in the past, and then when you're not getting your needs met, you like, okay, well, I'm just gonna give him one more chance, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, and now it's like, I step into this relationship, you start to show me that you're not gonna do what you asking me to do, then I'm gone, buddy. I'm gone. Like I said, I won't even give you that much of a chance to figure it out, because I feel like at this point, the work that you've done to heal, the work that your person has done to heal, I'm not saying nobody's gonna step wrong. I'm not saying nobody's gonna play a wrong note, but the way I look at it, this is me. You have to do what's best for you. The way I look at it, as in it is in, you know, I told you. That's why I told you got to have your list about what it is that you're looking for in a relationship, what it is that you're expecting from this other person, and the two of you got to sit down and have that come to Jesus moment, and you got to tell each other, like me, I need consistency. I'm not gonna get into nothing with somebody and they gonna talk to me for fucking 10 days in a row, and then days 12 through 20 they gone. That is unacceptable to me. Or leaving me on red and it's not an emergency, or you know what I'm saying, or leaving me out in the cold, or anything like that. Anything like that, I'm like, no. Okay? So that's why I said, when you come into this relationship, you need to know what is okay for you and what you're not going to put up with, so you can set your boundaries from the beginning. I tell y'all this all the time. It is very important, and you don't need to wait until this person comes into your life before you start to do this. And those of you who have not done this, and we did not talk about this before you got into the connection with the person, you need to make a list right now. You need to make a list of what is acceptable to you and what is not acceptable to you, what your deal breakers are, what you absolutely will not put up with, because you need to let this person know, and they need to let you know the same things. Okay? That way you don't get your wires crossed. That way it's not a situation where you don't know where you stand. That way you set your boundaries. And so if some shit start to go left, like I said, you have to decide your levels, right? Because I tell you that about boundaries. In the beginning, you like, okay, I'm setting my boundaries. You know, like I told you, let me give you an example. I need consistency. Okay? Like I said, I understand life be lifing. Things happen. I got it. But if you disappearing and it becomes a fucking problem, I got to let you know that's not something I'm going to hang around for. Okay? Because like I told you, like I'll give you an example. I'm going to give you an example with my twin. The first time we were texting. We were texting back and forth. This person, we texted for like hours. And then this person in the middle, I remember I had asked him a question, right? And it was a simple damn question. It was something that would have taken him less than a minute, like maybe 10 seconds to answer. Not even 10 seconds, maybe 5 seconds. He didn't answer it. He just all of a sudden disappeared. And I said, okay. It was later in the evening. I said, I tried to give him the BOD, the benefit of the doubt. I said, maybe people fall asleep, things happen, this and this and that. I said, I'm not gonna get crazy. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. Then the next day, the person comes back and they're like, oh, I'm sorry about, last night, this and that, or something, saying something happened or whatever. And I said, okay, I let it go. I said, but let me say this. Because I said I didn't set my boundary. So I was like, I'm going to set it now. I said, there are some people out here. I said, I'm not saying it's you. But I said, there's people out here who like to play games. And I am not one of them. I just let him know. I said, and I am here to tell you that if there are games played, I will not be playing them. You will be playing them by yourself. And then the answer was, oh, no. Ain't no games being played here. Ain't no games being played here. So we go back to talking, right? Then it was earlier than it was the first day. The second day, he did it again. He left me on red. And so I said, so he want to play mind games. He think I'm stupid and I don't understand what the fuck is going on. And then that is when I left. I didn't say, hey, where you at? I didn't say nothing. He didn't answer it. And I didn't feel the need to fucking chase. I fucking left. I just blocked him. I didn't get rid of his number, but I just blocked his ass, because you got to keep the number in the phone, as far as I remember, to block somebody. Because see, I'm not somebody that blocks people like that on a regular basis. So I blocked him. So I'm saying all of this to say that you have to decide what you willing to put up with and what you not willing to put up with. Okay. So me, I let it go one time, and then it happened, and then I set my boundary, and I did it on purpose, because I'm like, if I set the boundary and then you continue, then that means you heard me, and even though you didn't say it verbally, your actions are telling me, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want to do. So if that's your answer, okay, if that's your answer, but don't get mad when you try to come back and you can't even send a motherfucking message because my ass is gone. Okay, there's a card. Hold on. Let me hold on because I want to drive this point home. I want to make sure y'all understand what I'm talking about. Okay, I want to drive this point home, and every time I see this card, nothing drives this point home more than this damn card. Where is it at? I bet you it's at the top. Spirit, I know Spirit knew I was going to talk about this, and I bet you it's at the top. Yep. Hold on. Because like I said, I want y'all to understand this. This is one card, okay? Boundaries, letting people know how far, and I'm telling the men too, letting people know how far you gonna allow them to go with you, right? This is it. This is the line right here, okay? And if you don't hear me, you don't wanna listen to what I'm saying, my absence is gonna fucking show you what I gotta tell you. Hold on. Like, why I can't find that card? Here it is. And this is the card. Do you see this card? Look at this girl. Okay? And look at what it says. It says dignity, and it says choosing self and walking away out of self-respect. Y'all have seen this card before because Spirit has shown it to you many times. And then it says under there, knowing your value and your self-worth. That is what it is at the end of the day. You got to love you more than you fucking love anybody else. Okay? You got to love you more than anybody. Okay? Like I say, I want to be in a relationship just like everybody else, but I'm willing to let your motherfucking ass go in favor of me. Because I tell you all the time, I love the hell out of me, and I'm not about to let anybody or anything get in the way of the relationship that I have with myself. Okay? And you see me getting upset, right? Because I'm not having that. I'm not having that. This will happen before I allow that to happen. Okay? And you gotta be in that energy before you step into a relationship with somebody, because I'm telling you, you will get tested. And I'm not saying that this person is going to come in and do all these things, because I just showed you all these beautiful things and the way that this person is thinking. Okay? But you still got to be willing to do this if need be. You got to keep it. It's like for instance, you know, when people talk about arming themselves, you know, or having stuff, like it's a saying that goes, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So this is what I'm telling you. This is the point I'm trying to make here. This is what we're talking about. You need to have this and not need it than to be trying to scramble for it when it's too fucking late. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? All right. Okay, so when it comes to the outcome card, the last card, this is talking about what is the potential for long-term commitment. Beautiful card. There's the Lovers. Hold on, let me see. I might have to cover this. I got to cover it up because, you know, they want to show you all kind of body, and, you know, YouTube don't like that. So with the Lovers card is Gemini energy. Okay, just look at the hair. Isn't that funny? So anyway, this is talking about the two of you got the potential to go all the way, baby, to go all the way. Okay, like I said, for the two of you to be on the same page mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Okay, but like I tell you, at the end of the day, it's about loving you first. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, hold on one second. Ooh. It's all of these, Spirit. Hold on. Let me go through this again. Hold on one second, because I want to make sure I get what they want me to have. Okay. This is what you want me to see. Okay. Okay. So this is about, you know, the two of you. Let me do it like this, because I can't show the card. Being in the, you know, the relationship you cultivate together is gonna help the two of you to raise your vibration together. It's gonna bring in a lot of stuff. Like I said, you and this person have the potential to be a power couple if you want to be together, stay together, and have a long-term commitment with each other. Okay. we got the dark night of the soul showing up here. So one of you or the both of you, I feel like this is spirit saying you gonna have good times and you gonna have bad times as well. Because you know the dark night of the soul, for those of you who don't know what it is, it's like a spiritual depression. Okay, it's like you go through a point where you don't give a fuck about nothing. Like the things that you normally are, bring you pleasure, or the things that you normally like to do. Like for instance, when I went through my dark night of the soul, I didn't even want to read. And that's how I know it's bad. It's bad, not as bad, but I know that how strong it is. Anything that has the potential to take away something you came here to do, it's on a different level. That's what I mean. Okay. All right. And then we've got, talking about this person being drawn to you, you're going to be drawn to them. We know this. That's where all the flames here from the passionate romance card is. Okay. But then Spirit is telling you, there are things that will potentially affect your life. There are always going to be issues. Even though this is the lover's relationship, and it's like the strongest card in the deck when it comes to being in a relationship with somebody in its major arcana. Okay, Spirit is telling you there are going to be peaks and valleys in this relationship. Okay, you are going to learn from this person. They're going to learn from you. You're going to have to learn how to be a partnership. Okay, and fight the problem and not each other. Okay, all right. So let's get some messages from Spirit, see what else they want to tell you, and then we'll get some messages from your person before I let you go. Okay. Oof. Hold on. A lot of these cards are just falling out. So we've got reunion. Two divine souls will come together in the near future. Okay. Then we've got roadblocks. It says blocks have to be removed for this to move forward. Okay. So for some of you, it is this. Okay. It could be on your side. It could be on your person's side. It could be on both people's side. For some of you where your person hasn't come in yet, it is because they have to take care of this. They got to get it together before they can come towards you. Okay. So you got to understand that. You got to understand that just like you got issues and you have things that you need to attend to, your person is the same. Okay. Okay. But look, the confession is coming. It says hidden feelings will eventually come to the surface. All right. So like I said, the person is coming. All right. It's not a thing of whether or not they're coming, but Spirit is telling you, don't be waiting on this person. Don't be waiting on this person. Go live your life. Go live your life, because whatever they're going through or whatever they're dealing with, it just has to run its course. You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Don't be feeling like, the people that have come together with their people are way ahead of you or something. Don't be feeling like that. Okay. I know somebody that they healed. It took them 6 years to heal themselves and to prepare for this situation, and they still haven't gotten their person yet. So don't be thinking, I'm not saying it. Let me say this. I just said this was just an example. I'm not saying it's going to take 6 years for this person to come in. I'm not even saying it's going to be a year. But what you got to understand is, I tell y'all this all the time. If you're not doing your healing and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, don't be coming and asking where your person is, because you got to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And like I said, we talk about this all the time. Nobody wants to heal. Hell, I don't want to heal either. And I'm the damn reader. Okay. But it's how bad do you want it? How bad? And then healing doesn't necessarily shouldn't be about you trying to get somebody else. It should be about you relieving yourself and putting yourself in a place of peace. Okay? Because you need to be in a peaceful point in your life to have this person come in, just like they got to be in one too. Because you don't want nobody with this kind of shit coming into your life and they don't have a handle on it. And like I told you, just like Spirit is not going to allow this person to come in and you're not ready, they not going to allow the opposite neither. They not going to allow this person to come in your life and they not ready. Okay? All right. So we've got the illumination card showing up here. It says the path to be taken will be illuminated. All right. So at the end of the day, this is about trust, twins. Okay. You have to trust Spirit and know that Spirit has your back and Spirit is handling this. They know what's going on. Like I said, because you know what I tell you, if we all knew what the hell we was doing, we wouldn't be talking to each other. You wouldn't know who I was. I wouldn't know who y'all were. You see what I'm saying? Because we would be off with our people, right? And so the fact that we're sitting here is because there's some stuff. We had problems with picking. We had problems with loving ourselves and putting ourselves first. We had problems with what we were accepting from people. So, like I said, Spirit is getting into it. And like I said, they know what is going on because, like I told you, whereas we can only see our little tunnel, Spirit can see everything that is going on. So they can see you right now and see what's going on with the other person. Why you think they able to tell me all this stuff they telling me? Why you think all this stuff they telling me? And then you read the comments and you see the people telling you it's the truth. Okay? So you have to trust that you are being guided. Your intuition will tell you. You have to trust that you're being guided in the right direction. Okay? All right, so here we go. It says, if you reject me, I won't know what to do. This is the new person. Like I told you, we ain't doing no old people, no twin messages, none. Then we've got, I choose you above all others. We have, I have fears of being vulnerable with you. I don't want to get hurt. Okay. It says, you're on my mind all the time. Okay. And then we got here Elvis in my head. What's that song? You're always on my mind. You're always on my mind. That's what I hear. Then we've got, I just want to be with you forever. Okay. So like I said, this is an adventure. Look at it like that. But don't sit here and wait for this person to show up. Just like with the twin, how I told you, don't wait for the twin. Don't wait for this person either. Okay. Because you got to live your life. All right. Because you got things to do like me. I got things to do. I got y'all. I got to read for. I gotta be a reader. That's why I came here to be. So I can't sit in the corner and wait for whoever the hell to come forward. I ain't got time for that. I have people. I came here to help people, and that's what I got to do. So you got to look at your mission, what you came here to do, and realize how important whatever it is. If you paint, if you sing, go sing. If you paint, go paint. If I don't know. If you an artist in the flying trapeze, go do that. Whatever it is that you here to do, whatever makes your soul sing. Whatever you do, whatever you came here to do, make sure you go and do it. Okay. We've got, I want you so badly. We got, I admire you. We have, you inspire me. Okay. So like I said, I feel like the both of you are inspiring each other to do the things you need to do because look, I hide my feelings. We know that. Everybody does that. Everybody does that. That's why that Queen of Swords be coming up and stuff like that, because you go through stuff. It's life. Okay. But I feel like this person is coming out of this, and I feel like you're coming out of this too, as long as you continue to do the healing and the things that you need to do. But like I said, all of this stuff that you're doing, it needs to be for you, not to be for not to just be for a relationship. Okay. Because at the end of the day, you got to stand in this body. You got to live this life. All right. And like I told you, what I always tell you, people don't have to leave you. They could pass away. Anything could happen. So you have to learn how to live your life first and foremost, primarily for yourself. All right. Okay. So we're going to get just a few more messages, and then I'll get your oracle card before I let you go. Okay. Look, we've got, I could care less about being with anyone else. So those of you who think about this person, think about somebody else, they don't see nobody but you. They don't see nobody but you. Okay. Then we've got, you deserve to have me at my absolute best. Okay. So this person understands. This person, like I told you, they're the opposite of the other person, because the other person wanted to bring you down. This person is trying to elevate to where you are. All right. Then we have, you are truly my dream come true. Hold on. I'm going to get one more. Let's make it even. Okay. It says, this will be an amazing story to tell. Okay. Now we're going to get, I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to do these cards. We'll do the Black Hollywood Romance Stars Oracle. I got to get some more Oracle cards. Whew. Spirit trying to read us. It said control issues. By trying to control this situation, you'll only slow down your answered prayers. Let me say it again. By trying to control this situation, you'll only slow down your answered prayers. Let the divine take the lead. Like I said, take your hands out the wheel. Act like you look. Act like you in a damn Tesla. Put on the full self driving and just let it go. Let the damn car drive itself. Let spirit take over. Okay. Then we got soulmate here. It says the person you are inquiring about is your soulmate. That sense of familiarity and comfort you feel is confirmation. Okay, so a lot of you feel your person, because a lot of people I read for somebody actually this past week, and we were talking about that, and they were telling me how they could feel their person. So, like I said, y'all know this person is coming. You know you're not making it up, because how we all hallucinating the same thing, right? That's like I tell you about the twin flame thing. When people try to tell you twin flames don't exist, they have no fucking idea what they're talking about, because how we all experiencing the same shit if it don't exist. Okay, so bottom of the deck. Before I leave you, it says children. It says children are a significant factor in your love life. This may signify the desire for them or someone's inner child needing attention. Okay, don't forget to love on the baby. That's what I call it. Love on the baby. Don't forget to love on the baby and let the baby know that they are loved. Okay, because the love that they want the most is your love. They ain't worrying about the outside people love. Okay, even though that's what we worry about, and I tell you that all the time. We put more importance on the outside love, but it's not. It's the opposite. You got to love yourself first. When you want your life to kick off and you want it to go and you want it to move like you want it to move, start loving yourself and find out what the fuck's gonna happen. Okay, all right. So I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, twins. Hi, twins. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to do another new love spread where we're going to take a look at what's going on with you and your person. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go, twins. The overall energy for this week's reading is the Page of Cups. This is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Pisces energy. It is talking about a love offer that's coming along, a small one to begin to start the situation. And it is also talking about a possible apology. So for some of you, like I said, you may have already had some type of interaction with your soulmate, and they may, something may have gone wrong. They may have to come in and apologize to you, or you may have to apologize to them, or it could be a situation where you both have to apologize to each other. Okay. All right. Hold on one second. Got a lot of stuff on this table. Okay. Overall, excuse me. The next card is the Four of Wands. This is talking about marriage, stepping through this portal, celebrations, these types of things. It's usually my twin flame card, but that's not what this is talking about. This is talking about you stepping through a new portal where you are in relationships, whether they're romantic or platonic, or, your new family, your soul tribe relationships, where you're going to get treated the way you're supposed to be treated by people that love you. Okay. Underneath this is the Magician. This is talking about, manifestation. Spirit is saying you have all the skills, tools, and abilities that you need to manifest the life and love you desire. And I feel like Spirit is saying this about both you and your person. Okay. There's the Two of Cups here. This is talking about, a connection that comes in where it's a strong connection, a mutual attraction with the two of you. And this is the soulmate card, okay? But there may be shadow work that is required with this number 15 card, which is normally the devil. So Spirit is saying, there's some things you're going to have to take a look at, because if you don't take a look at these things, they will pop up in the relationship, and they do have the potential to mess it up, okay? But Spirit is saying you and this person are going to be happy, have a family together if you decide to be with them. And it is, with the Wheel of Fortune, again, a soulmate relationship that is destined, all right? All right. And this is your second chance at love with the Karma card here. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying this Page of Cups here. Page of Cups, please. Page of Cups. It is hot. Page of Cups. Okay, so you and this person are mirroring each other. It's saying soul mirroring, exposing and revealing all. So you're whatever's going on with you, 9 times out of 10 is going on with your person as well, the soulmate. All right. We have the Spring card, which is talking about, I feel like, time frames. So some of you may meet your person by the spring. Others of you may have already met your person, and you may be in a committed connection by the springtime. Okay. We also have the Fear card. Okay, so Spirit is saying that there are fears, I feel like, on both sides of this connection. And it is about you doing, the work you need to do within yourself to get past these fears. Okay, because you've been in a lot of messed up situations, and so has your person. And it's normal for you to feel like that. But as I've told you before, in past connections, we've, past readings, not connections, past readings, we've talked about the more you focus on, what's going on in your inner world, the more of a chance, or the better of a chance you have of getting rid of that fear. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, we've got the walking away card, and it's over. I feel like this is talking about them stepping away from things that no longer serve them. This could represent them walking away from another connection. Okay. They could also be walking away from things like we have the cards coming up where it talks about your person, having some type of addiction that they may be battling, or some type of issue that they're going through. This could be them walking away from that as well. Okay. All right. Give me one more. And so we've got the Water card showing up too. It's saying emotions, feelings, and replenish. And so I feel like this is about your person, walking away, like I said, from the things that no longer serve them. And with the Water card, this is about them working on themselves to be open to their emotions, the way that they feel about you, being able to come in and exhibit those emotions and those feelings towards you when the time is right. Okay. All right. So the first card, the first card we're going to talk about represents the soulmate that you can manifest into your life. So the card we have here is the Star card. This is Aquarius energy. I got to cover it up because she's naked. Okay. So with the Star card, this is talking about, your wish coming true. So Spirit is telling you, I've told you this before as well. This is going to be somebody that is tailor-made to you. Okay. That's why it's a wish coming true. So it's all of these things with the manifestation card that we were just looking at here with the Magician. These are all the things that you've been asking for. These are the qualities and the characteristics that your person is going to have. Okay. So that's why the attraction is going to be so strong. It's going to be a lot of passion between the two of you, because this person is going to show up exactly the way that you've been wanting them to. Okay. All right. And this is also someone who's coming in that is going to be healed. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. The Star. Okay, your person could be at a distance, okay, with a long distance trip, or you may have to travel to this person, or they may have to travel to you for the two of you to meet each other, okay? All right, we have the Abandoned card showing up on your side. I feel like the reason why this is coming up is because Spirit is saying in the past, this is how connections that you've been in, this is how they've left you, all right? Especially this last one you were in, where people just come in, they take what the fuck they want to take, and then they move on. and just leave you there, and they don't care whether or not your needs got met, or you know, whatever it is that you wanted out of the connection. They don't care. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is telling you that this is going to be the end of that. All right. Let's see. Yeah, see, aloe vera is what's falling, and it's saying healing, soothing, relief. So this new connection that's coming in, this new soulmate that's coming in, it's going to be a balm, or like a salve to your wounds. This person is going to help you to heal. Like I told you, a lot of the residue of the things that you've experienced. But like I told you, don't stop healing, because I tell you that you still need to, you are still 100% responsible for you being okay. That's what people don't realize. They think that because they've been through situations, and you know, the other person was doing this, the other person was doing that, the other person was doing that. I get it. I get what you're saying, because we've been programmed to believe that it's outside and it doesn't have anything to do with us, but it does. And so the person can't do what they're doing if some kind of way your subconscious mind is not you know, there's some type of disalignment with between your subconscious and your conscious mind. Because when you get the two minds together, that's how it's easy to manifest. It's easy to bring in the things that you're wanting to bring in. But what Spirit is trying to tell you, this is about you going back to the subconscious mind, okay? What is hidden, because you got some shit going on in your head, all of you. And I don't care how long or how much you've healed or whatever, because even I do. We all have things within us that are hidden that we don't even realize what the hell we believe in or what we thinking. And remember, I've told you this before in the past. A lot of the thoughts that we have in our mind aren't even our fucking thoughts. They're things that we learn from the outside, that we learn from our parents, that we learn from school, we learn from kids, we learn from all the people that are surrounding us. And that's why it's time for you to start to do spring cleaning and think about the thoughts that are in your mind and ask yourself, is this something that I really want to believe? How does this make me feel? Because if it makes you feel bad, 9 times out of 10, it's probably somebody else's fucking thought, and you need to let it go. Okay? So this is about you getting in there, digging in there, and getting rid of the things that are standing in the way of you trying to head in the direction you're trying to head in, because those are the blocks. If you get rid of that, you don't have a problem with trying to bring people in and with them acting the way that you're wanting them to act. Because if you feel like you're not enough, you're going to always attract somebody who treats you exactly that way. And it's not that you really are not enough. It's not, that's not what it is. What it is that consciously you feel like, and I feel like you believe that you are, but subconsciously something happened to you where somebody didn't see your value, or like I said, that string of relationships that you've been through where people been treating you like shit, and you start to form that belief in here, not in your conscious mind, but in the, you know, in the hidden part. And your subconscious mind is trying to protect you, and it's going to do some things. It's like, but it's the equivalent of a 7-year-old child trying to protect you. It's going to do some crazy shit. It's going to do, like, for instance, let me give you an example. Think about people, I've talked about this before, people trying to lose weight, right? If you believe in your mind, in your subconscious mind, that the larger version of your body is who you are, you can fucking diet all day long and lose weight all day long, and you're going to turn around and end up in that same big body because you identify subconsciously with being that size, okay? This is about you. That's why I tell you, this is about stepping into a new timeline. This is about becoming a new person, because you got to be the new and improved twin if you want to bring in this soulmate that's going to be new and improved and not treating you crazy and doing all this stuff. So all these things that you be thinking, like I told you, go back and look at what you've gone through and ask yourself, what the fuck do I have to believe? What would I have to believe in order to be experiencing all this shit? And that's how you find out what the fuck is in here and get it out and change the narrative so you can bring in this new person. Okay? All right. So next card. This is talking about how you can vibrationally attract this person into your life. Okay? So we got the Emperor card. Okay? This is Aries energy. Spirit is saying this person is a boss. This is somebody that's about their motherfucking business. Okay. They own their grind. They do their shit. And you gotta sit in the same type of energy if you're wanting to bring somebody like this. If you want high quality, you want quality instead of quantity, You got to become the damn quality. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because think about it. How does that make any sense that somebody wants somebody that's fucking great, but they not trying to be great? Think about that. Think about that. Think about you trying to attract somebody who you think is great. What if they didn't come in that way, right? If they didn't come in that way and you had spent all this time making yourself great, you would be looking at that person like in a crazy way, right? Like, why the fuck am I getting this person when I've worked, bent over backwards and worked hard on myself to become who the fuck I am? So it's the same thing with this person. Like I told you, this person's a boss. This is somebody that takes care of business. Like I told you, they may be going through some shit right now with the fallout from the last relationship that they in, but best believe, baby, this motherfucker is a boss, and this person is about their shit, and they not scared to do what they got to do in order to stand in the energy they need to stand in order to step up in your life. But you got to be the same thing. It has to be a meeting of the minds. It can't be you down here and this person up here. It's the equivalent of the same shit that was going on with the twin. Okay, this person was down here, right? You up here, and they trying to get you back down here because they know that in order to be with you, y'all got to be on the same level. Even the twin understood that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like if you're up here, a lot of y'all were reaching down here to be with this person because you didn't realize that they were down here at first, because when they presented to you like they were up here. But like I told you, when you don't become that new identity, when you don't become that person, you wearing a fucking mask, and it's not going to last. So that's what happened. You were here. This person was trying to meet you here when in all reality they were down here. And they were wearing a mask, so it allowed them to elevate long enough to pull the wool over your eyes, to tell you the fucking stories, the lies, and all the shit like that. And then once they got there and got you, they didn't know how to fucking keep you. They couldn't sustain it because that wasn't who they truly were. That wasn't truly how they identified. I told you they have a lot of oh gosh, what is it? Self-esteem issues. They have a lot of massive self-worth issues. And when you have that type of shit, you can't come up here and think you gonna fucking stay up here and it's gonna be all good in the hood. So that is why when they came back down, they tried to pull you back down, because they know that they cannot sustain these heights without doing the work they need to do. Okay? And it's the same thing with this person. It's like this person is on a new level, so you got to be on the fucking new level too. All right? Okay, here we go. The Emperor. Yeah, see, it needs to be total and utter fucking destruction to rebuild your shit. Because like I told you, a lot of us are carrying around shit that we don't even fucking believe. When we think about it, or somebody questions it, or something happens to make us really think about what's going on, we like, that ain't really what I want to believe, or what I choose to believe, or whatever. Think about that. So that's why the solitude and the separation is necessary, so you can step back and look at who you truly are as a twin, or as the soulmate now coming into a new relationship. How do you show up? How do you want to show up when you come into this connection with this person? How do you want to operate? Because all of that stems from your identity. And if your identity ain't right, you gonna go in there fucking shit up. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Okay? All right, here we go. Emperor. Yeah. See, this person, they've been through rejection. They've been through, all of the hard times that you've been through. I told you, when y'all sit down and talk, you can look at my comments under other videos. The people that have come together with their person, they all are clarifying what I'm telling you that that is just the way Spirit is giving it to me, and I'm giving it to you. That both of you have been through all this stuff. So this person knows what it's like to be rejected, knows what it's like to have mind games. Like I told you, this person is also somebody where I feel like, because they have so much, because they stand in that Emperor energy, they look shiny and new to all these people, right? And so they coming at them, and not coming at them for altruistic, with altruistic intentions, or with positive intentions, like wanting to truly be with this person. They coming up to this person and saying the things they saying and trying to get with them because they trying to use them for what the fuck they got. I'm sure some of y'all got some stories like that too, where somebody tried to fucking use you, and then the mask fell off and you really found out who the fuck you was dealing with, and you was like, what in the hell? And so, like I said, Everybody wants to be wanted because it's them and not because of what they can do for somebody else or what they got and all this kind of stuff. That's crazy. People that do that to other people, I'm sorry. I try to be neutral about stuff, but that I don't like. Because like I said, that's a horrible thing to do that to somebody and make them, have them realize, I don't really want you. I just want what the fuck you got. Like, what kind of shit is that? Okay. Here we go. Okay, so we got a lot of cards that fell here. We have the calculator here. So some of y'all may be going through financial issues because it says financial strain, money problems, survival. You got to get out of survival mode because the person you stepping up into a connection with got money, baby. They got money. I ain't saying that they, rich. Some of them may be rich. Some of your people may be rich, but they're not under financial strain. Okay, so you got to think about that. Also, we got the maze. It says strategy, figuring out, mastermind. So this is about you masterminding how to step into this person you're wanting to be. Because like I told you, everything you ask for, you got to be willing to exhibit that or to give that back in return to this person. Okay, because like I told you, your person wants loyalty. The two things that I see all the time, they want loyalty and they want devotion. So they're gonna want it in return. But they're willing to give you the loyalty and give you the devotion. So you got to be willing to do that as well. So this is about you, going through that maze in your mind and figuring out where all those booby traps and all that crazy stuff, we be thinking and we don't even realize we thinking until we look at our lives and see where it's messed up. But everywhere you see there's something in your life that you feel like it's a problem, start to turn it on its ear and ask yourself, what would I have to believe in order for this shit to happen? Like to be involved with somebody like we always talk about, who we don't talk about anymore. What would you have to believe in order to attract somebody like that into your life? Okay, like I said, because it's not conscious. Nobody sits up and says, I want somebody to come into my life and treat me like shit. Nobody says that. Nobody consciously says that. So you have to realize that it's happening, it's happening on another level that you don't know anything about because of the things that you've experienced. Okay. All right. Then we've got the armor card. This is about being guarded, being defensive, being stoic because of the things that you've experienced as well. This is something that you got to heal as well, because if you're wanting to get into a relationship and you're wanting somebody to open up and tell you how they feel, you got to get back into that same energy you were in when you was going after that twin and telling that twin how you felt, and the person wasn't responding the way you wanted them to. Okay, I understand for a lot of y'all that was a trigger, but it needs to be healed because you got to be open with this person because they coming in the same way, wanting to be open. All right. Okay. Then we got Rose showing up. It says charming, romantic proposal. And then the apology is on here again. So this is how this new person is coming in, being charming with a romantic proposal. And like I said, for some of you, it is going to be an apology because it just showed up twice because we talked about it with the Page of Cups. Here it is again. So like I said, for some of you, you may have had a false start with your soulmate, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just get back on the same page with them. You can work it out. This is somebody with whom, if you can't work it out with nobody else, you can work it out with this person. Let me say it like that. Okay. All right. So the next cards we're going to take a look at is talking about a way that you can be more open to receive this person. So it's about, we got the 8 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, water sign, or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So in order for you to be more open to this person, you got to let the past stay in the past. A lot of you tell me in the comments that you've let that old person go and you've walked away from them, right? So let me tell you this. Those of you new people that are on my channel that are just watching this and you haven't seen any of my other videos, we talking about soulmate love. We're not talking about the twin. If you want to be with your twin, you're going to have to go back a few months and catch some of them videos that I was talking about then, okay? But this, we moving on to new love. So if you want new love, that's what we talking about. We not talking about the twin, only in reference to everybody moving forward towards the new love. Okay, let's move on. So, like I said, we got the Eight of Cups here. This is about you letting this person go in totality, letting them go. And when I say let them go, I ain't just telling you turn around and walk away. You got to forgive. You got to come to Jesus. You got to be honest about your triggers. You got to be honest about what this person did to you, how it made you feel, all these types of things. That's what I mean when I'm talking about walking away. I ain't talking about just walking away and saying you ain't dealing with them no more. You got to get the bass out your voice when you in the comments talking about them, and just let it go. Because you see, when I talk about my twin, I don't get upset because it's over. It happened. Okay. It taught me a valuable lesson, and I'm grateful to that person because of them, I'm about to get the fucking jackpot. So I can't even be mad at them no more because I'm getting a big, huge ass blessing for them fucking up. That's the way I look at it. Okay. Then we got the Knight of Cups showing up here, okay? This is talking about Spirit is saying you got to come just like this person comes. This new person is coming, okay? With your heart on your sleeve, with your laying your cards out on the table and being willing to reciprocate what this person is giving you. Like I told you, we ain't talking about going balls to the wall. We ain't talking about, just this is just a metaphor. I'm not talking about ripping off all your clothes and just being intimate and telling them all your fucking life story the first day. I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is, though, because like I said, you're going to be nervous. You're going to be scared. That's normal, especially coming off of what you came off of, and your person is going to be the same way. That's why I tell you go slowly, but you got to put something out there. You can't have this person coming into your life and telling you, trying to move forward, trying to progress things, and you sitting there looking at them because you scared and you don't want to say anything. You have to try. You have to try, twins. You can't allow what the fuck was done to you to dictate you for the rest of your life, dictate how you move for the rest of your life, because it's gonna mess you up. Because like I said, this is your jackpot. This is your wish. This is what you've always wanted. And so you got to act and you got to move accordingly. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Eight of Cups and the Knight of Cups. See, yeah, because look, divine masculine, baby, and it's soul recognition, okay? Soul recognition. A lot of y'all keep asking me, like, how you gonna know who your person is? Okay, let's just talk about this real quick, because we talking about new person. We not talking about old. The new person, you will feel it first and foremost. You will feel that this is your person. You will feel this sense of calm, this sense of like everything's gonna be all right, like relaxed. You will also feel like, oh my God, this strong passion towards this person, okay? And then, like I said, you will fall in love with them quickly. Let me say it to you like that, okay? But you have to allow yourself to feel the things that you're feeling. You will probably dream of them. Like I said, a lot of y'all mirror each other. You're going through similar things. Like I said, this person will be all about you. They ain't giving a fuck about nobody else but you. And like I told you, they got options, because look at how they showing up. They showing up as the emperor, right? Hold on, I gotta get it. I got all these cards on top of there. They're showing up like this. So you know that they're being looked at by a lot of different people, okay? But like I told you, this person is just like you. They want quality. They don't want quantity. The Seven of Cups, the choice has already been made. The Seven of Cups is reversed, okay? All right. Okay, so like I said, there's going to be soul recognition is what Spirit is telling you. You're going to know that this person ain't like everybody else. Just like you knew something was different about that twin you met, it's going to be the same thing with this person. But with this person, like I said, you're going to feel calm. You're going to feel like when you think about them, it's going to be nothing but positive feelings. Like I said, you'll have the you'll have the music and the messages and stuff like that, because there's telepathy and all that kind of stuff, just like with the twin. But this person won't be all about just trying to get in your pants or trying to put a notch on your belt or nothing like that. They want to know about you. They want to talk to you. They not playing no fucking mind games and ghosting and out here with other people and all that kind of shit. This person sees you. They want to be with you. They love you. They crave you. That's what this is about. Okay. That's how you're going to tell the difference. The treatment. Because some people was asking me, how do you know the difference between the twin and the soulmate? The twin treats you like fucking shit, and the soulmate worships the ground you walk on. That's the difference, okay? So this new person is coming in, okay? This new person meeting somebody new. And it's going to be about you seizing this opportunity, because they're going to seize this opportunity. They've already seized it. They already see you as the one, and they're like, okay, you know, full steam ahead. Let's go. Let's move forward, okay? Hold on. So we got red hot chili pepper. It says intense, passion, lust, desire. So spirit is just pretty much, you know, letting me know, you know, clarifying what I just said, right? I said it's going to be a lot of passion to you. You're going to want to tear this fucking person's clothes off, and they're going to want to do the same thing for you. It's going to be a thing where it's so heightened, the lust, to where it's going to be hard for you to sit in the room with this person and not want to touch them, not want to, you know, not want to be on them. Okay. I'm just telling you like that. Okay. So we also have match flame. Okay. I feel like this is part of it too. It's saying to be continued, resurrection, reignition. So it's like where a lot of you been, I guess, dead inside, you can say, because of the shit that happened with this person you dealt with. This person's gonna re-spark that. It's gonna be like, you gonna be like, twin who? Twin what? Twin where? That's how you gonna be. You ain't gonna even be thinking about this person like they don't exist to you anymore. Okay? Because this other person is gonna completely eclipse the last person you were with. Okay? And probably all of the people that you were with. You're gonna understand why the things didn't work out with these other people, why you got treated the way you got treated, and what you truly deserve when this new person comes in. Okay? So we've got mop. It says sloppy mess, spill, clean up. Spirit is telling you, clean up your shit. Clean up, you know, your things. Because like I say, it take two to tango. Yes, the twin did what they did. Yes, these people in the past did what they did. But you did some shit too. You did some shit too. Nobody just stands there and it's just that person, and then they don't do nothing and some nobody else. Like I said, look at where you've gone wrong, because I did things too. Okay? So, like I said, because people will pull you out of your, how do you want to say? The way you carry yourself. They'll have you come out your face. They'll have you, you know, they be playing in your face, and they upset you and get you to step out of your character and be, you know, be angry and be, you know, bitter and be all these types of things. So you got to look at what's making you do that. Okay. What are the things they're doing? Because it's something they're doing. They're pushing your buttons to make these things come out of you. Okay. All right, then we got ladder. It says climbing new heights, elevate. So that's what's going to be going on in this relationship. The two of you are going to be elevating each other. I told you, it's like you inspire each other to be better, to go higher, to do better, to be better people. Okay, the love you have for each other, it ignites something in the both of you, to where it's not a competitive thing like that. It's like you're working together to both, like, build each other up and lift each other up. You're helping each other to elevate. Okay. All right. So the next card is talking about something about this person that you're not expecting. So we got the Two of Wands showing up here. This can talk about being at a distance. It can also speak of, this may be somebody who is not, what I'm getting, they may be a nomad. They may be somebody that moves around, that does not stay in one spot. They may move from place to place to place. You know, someone that loves to travel. Like I said, they may travel for work. This is, let me clarify and get some more information about it. Hold on. Two of Wands, please. Okay, so we've got the Muse card here, which is talking about, again, inspiration. I feel like you're going to inspire this person. This person's going to inspire you. We have the answer is no showing up here as well, because you got a choice you got to make with this Two of Wands, right? So it's talking about you telling somebody no. It could, you know, for some of you, you may choose the twin, but from what I'm hearing from the majority of people, you know, the majority of you want this new soulmate. You want new love. And so somebody's going to be told no. So it's either the soulmate or the twin. You're going to have to make a choice. Or for some of you, you may tell them both no, because maybe you may want to be on your own. But like I said, I feel like this person is going to inspire you, give you the strength, show you what you deserve, the type of relationship you can have, you know, show you what you have the potential to experience in this lifetime when it comes to love. Okay. And then we've got the tunnel here. I told you, I talk about this all the time. I feel like this is spirit saying that we all only have, all of us that are down here, we only have the vision of what we can see. And I tell you all the time, this is about trusting and knowing, because spirit can see everything. Spirit can see what we doing right now. Spirit can see what your person is doing right now. All of that stuff. They can see everything. They can see what's going on with your twin, all of this stuff. So this is about trusting spirit and knowing that they have your back. Because like I said, because if you could choose, if your picker was right, what I tell you all the time, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't know who I was. I wouldn't know who you were, right? Because you would be with your boo and I would be with mine, right? So, okay, here we go. So then we've got for your person, withholding, okay? But this is about them being determined to open themselves back up after what happened. Because like I said, I feel like just like you got badly wounded, badly hurt in this last connection, your person did as well, okay? And then we've got the pills card showing up here. So it's saying addictions, bad habits, codependence. So there could be these things on one or both sides of this connection. It could be your soulmate. It could be you. It could, you know, we know it could possibly be talking about the twin as well. But the fact that this is coming up is talking about something from this person that you're not expecting. So you're not expecting them to have issues. Everybody got issues, okay? If you a boss, you live in a highly stressed and pressured job. Everybody got their thing. Everybody has their thing that, you know, they like to do or that they do to get through things. Some people have a beer after work. Some people, eat a gummy and have weed. It's just everything is different. Everybody's thing is different. Their way of relaxing is different or whatever. But like I said, whatever is going on with this person, they will have it under control by the time the two of you get together. This is not somebody who is like, some sloppy addict or some crap like that. It's not that, okay? But they have something that they need to deal with. So like I said, you got to give people a break, because think about how you felt after this person. Think about how they made you feel. Think about probably some of the things you did out of hurt from what they did to you, when normally that wouldn't be some shit you would do, or just you being fed up with everything that's going on. Okay? All right. So let's move on. So the next card we're going to talk about is how you're going to meet this person. So we've got the World here. This is all signs. And for me, it's talking about, for a lot of you, you may meet this person online. Okay. So this is going to be a situation. It could be online dating. Excuse me. It could be online dating. It could be, like through social media. It could be a lot of different ways. But the majority of people who are watching this, Spirit is saying that 9 times out of 10, it will be through online, online. It will be through online, on the internet is what I mean. So, for others of you, I told you this before. It could be somebody that one of your friends could introduce you to somebody. It could be a thing where you may work with this person and they see you every day, because I told you, your person already knows who you are. That's why they already in love with you, because they've already seen you. They know that you're the one. And I told you, a lot of y'all be talking and saying all this stuff, and I'm like, wait till you meet your person. Wait till you meet your person, because I was hemming and hawing and saying all that shit too. And then when I saw my person, fucking total change. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just wait and see what is coming your way. Okay? All right, let's clarify. The World. Okay, so we've got the Understanding card and cycles. So Spirit is telling you, Give the situation a chance. Focus on getting rid of the cycles that you've been going through, like the same thing, with the patterns that you've been going through over and over and over again. Find out why those things are happening and put them, dead them, put it to rest. Okay. Then for your person, we've got storm brewing. I feel like, again, this is a tower moment, and it's talking, Spirit is saying that your person is on the right path. So they are making the changes that they need to make. They are tearing down their old foundation and rebuilding with this, is what I feel like. Because the tower always talks about, destruction of the old foundation for the new to come in. Okay. Okay, so we've got black umbrella showing up here. It says dark times closed off, guilt and regrets. So Spirit is telling you, think about those dark times, the times you were, closed off, the times you had guilt and regrets, and look at those things and move past them. Then we have coffee beans here. It says snooze, wake up call, fresh start. So this person's coming in and the two of you are going to have a fresh start together. Okay. All right. Next card. This represents what you're going to think upon meeting this person. So we got the 9 of Pentacles here. So this is one of the best cards you can get. This person, you're going to realize that this person stands in their power, that they know their worth, that, they are quality and not quantity. Okay. This person's going to be a bachelor or bachelorette. This is not going to be somebody fucking around with a whole bunch of people like the last person you were dealing with. Okay. Or telling you that they single when in all actuality, they messing around with people, or they got 5 or 6 side pieces. Okay. None of that. This person is single as a Pringle, as they say, and ready to mingle. All right. But with you only, not with anybody else. Let's clarify. Like I said, this person's got their money together. They've got their, they've got their life together. Okay. So some of you, this person may come in around wintertime. Spirit is telling you to continue the purge, letting go of the things that no longer serve you. Okay. We have the mask showing up here. I feel like this is talking about your person, this new person wearing a mask, because for some of you, you seeing this person on a regular basis and you don't even realize that it's them. And it must be so difficult for this person to have feelings for you and be trying to hide them behind a mask, because they are waiting for the time to be right. They're not doing this to try to pull the wool over your eyes or to do anything nefarious. They're doing this because they are being told intuitively to hold themselves back until Spirit tells them the time is right. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay, again, we got unhealthy patterns. It's showing up a second time. So I feel like for the collective, it's unhealthy patterns on both sides. It's unhealthy patterns on your soulmate side, and some of y'all got some things you need to address as well. Because I told you, it don't have to be no type of drug or thing you doing or whatever. It could be work. You could work too damn much, because I told you that was my thing. I had to back off, and now that I done backed off, it's so funny because I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then when I sit down at the table, I'll be like, nope, I was going to do what I need to do. And then I'm getting up and I'm moving on. So this is about you figuring out where things in your life have gotten unhealthy, okay, gotten out of balance, because that's what this is about. It's about balance. And then putting those things back into balance, because you stepping into a new timeline and a new identity. Okay. Then we've got making plans. I feel like this new person is making plans. Some of you may be moving. Okay. Because we got the moving card here. And then we have stuck. So this again is talking about limiting beliefs. Okay. You having these thoughts about what it is you think you deserve. You got to open yourself up, twins. You have to open yourself up to what it is that you want. Because you can say here consciously, right, all day long, what you want, the type of relationship you want to have, this and this and that or whatever. But if it's not gelling back here and the two fight each other, the subconscious mind will always win. Okay. All right. Let's see if I pulled. All right. Let me get the card here. Okay. So we've got skull. See? Time to end those cycles, Spirit is saying. Okay. And then we've got paintbrushes. It says creative, inspiration, passion. Find your passions. Find your creativity. Find what inspires you and move towards that. That is what's going to help you in these situations. Okay, next card. How will you know this person is your soulmate? Because you're going to want to leap, baby. You're going to want to take that leap of faith, and they're going to want to take it as well. Okay? They're not going to just be talking. They're going to show you by their actions that they are they are serious about you. They want to be with you. This is like, commitment, a marriage type relationship, because we had that Four of Wands show up there, right? This person wants to create a home with you, wants to create a family with you, okay? This is not some fly-by-night thing. That's how you're going to know. And like I told you, how they treat you. Because we know all about the abusive side of relationships, right? So now you're going to find out about like I said, you're going to find out about the good side. You will never, what you're experiencing, it's going to be something you've never experienced before in your life. That's how you're going to know it's your person. Because you're going to be like, pinching yourself, like, is this for real? You're gonna want to second guess this person and try to think that they're not, they're not real, or they're too good to be true. But don't do that. Don't do that. Listen to your intuition, because like I said, your gut will never lie to you. So if you getting good feelings and getting good instructions from your gut, and your spirit guides are telling you move, go in that direction. You know how they say the arrow is flashing, the neon arrow is flashing, telling you to go in that direction, then you need to listen and move in that direction. You don't have to go fast. You can go at a pace that is good for you, but don't self-sabotage. But like I told you, the way you stop that from happening, because sometimes back here, your subconscious mind is gonna want to do that. You are gonna want to feel like that, and it is because there's some stuff you got to dig in there and deal with. Because I told you, when you get together with somebody, I don't care if it's a friendship, I told you, a family relationship, if it's, somebody you just dating or whatever, all your shit's going to start to come up. And so the less of it, the more of it you've healed, the less of it you're going to have to deal with. Because it can get overwhelming if you don't deal with your shit, okay? Please do that, because I don't want to see y'all self-sabotage, because a lot of times you do it and you don't even realize you're doing it, okay? You don't even realize you're doing it, because a lot of you, I told you about, there was a show I was watching on Netflix where the girl was anxiously attached, and she was in this relationship with this guy, and the guy didn't do anything wrong, and she just was sitting there just messing up the connection. He had talked to her about something that had happened earlier in the night, because he was just trying to process what was going on. And the girl was just like, oh, she started to make it about them. Oh, you don't love me, and you this and you that and all that. And there was no reason. When from the outside looking in, she had no reason to be acting like that. But it was her shit, because she hadn't dealt with her shit, and it chose that specific time for it to come out. And it kept coming out, kept coming out, kept coming out. And their relationship ended up falling apart because she couldn't get herself together. And then when the dude decided that he couldn't take it anymore because she was projecting her shit onto him, it was horrible. She was trying to get him to stay. Oh, why can't you just try, and all this kind of stuff, and was saying that it was him. But it wasn't him. It was her, because she hadn't dealt with it. And I'm not, trying to make fun of anybody or what they're going through, but I'm using it as an example of how sometimes we'll think we're ready for something, and then something will come up. But when it comes up, you have to pull back and recognize this is my stuff. It's not this person's stuff. Because you got to ask yourself, okay, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling a certain way, I feel anxious, why am I feeling this way, right? And then you have to ask yourself, was it honestly, you got to be honest with yourself, was it something that this person did, or was it just my shit coming to the surface? Okay, you have to ask that, because everybody is guilty of doing shit like that, okay, because of what they've experienced. So that's why I tell you, it's just so important to make sure that you can take care as much of your shit as you can, okay? All right, so here we go. We got the yes card and the settling card. So Spirit is telling you, don't be afraid to take this leap, okay? Look, let me tell you like this. Look at it like this, twins. You done already been hurt. I feel like some of y'all, the shit y'all tell me in them comments, okay? And when I say shit, I'm not in any type of way trying to make light of what you're saying, but I'm just saying, you know, the things you've told me in the comments, some of that stuff, I feel like it can't get no worse than what you've already been through. So I'm saying this to say that you gotta, this is about courage. This is about being bold. This is your chance for you to do what it is that you've always wanted to do, to be in the relationship you've always wanted. So in the past, all you've done is settle. So like I said, the stuff that you gave to these people in the past, this is the person you need to be giving it to. That's why Spirit is telling you the answer is yes. This is the person. You need to be leaping for this person, okay? Because you've done a whole lot for people that you were settling for who were not giving you the same thing in return. But like I told you, when you leap with this person, they leaping too. When you give to this person, they giving back to you too. When you love this person, they loving you too. Okay? It's no one-sided shit in this connection, unless you know you decide you don't want to be in it for whatever reason. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Yeah, see, this person is coming in. They want a fresh start. They were hurt just like you were. Okay, Spirit is trying to reiterate that to you and drive that point home. You were not the only person that was hurt. You were not the only person that went through things. If anybody could understand what the fuck was going on with you, this person is going to be able to do so. That's why I said just give it a chance, okay? Yeah, see? Suitcases. Both of you got baggage. That's what Spirit is saying. Baggage, burdens, baggage, escapism, okay? So this is about you, you know, doing what you need to do to eliminate as much baggage as possible. And I told you, coming together with this person, you're going to help each other to get rid of some things as well. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you just need to be able to talk to somebody who fucking understands what the hell you've been through, okay? All right. So when it comes to, and somebody who's been through it and understands it because they've been through it too. So when it comes to how you can better understand the law of attraction, we got the Eight of Swords here. So this is, you know, Spirit is talking about, it's about you unsticking yourself. Okay? Stop with the things that are going on in your mind. It's about policing your mind, the mental diet, doing whatever it is you can in order to keep your mind and keep yourself as free as you possibly can. And by that, I mean, like I said, you got to start to catch them ideas and them beliefs and them things you be thinking. You got to start to catch them and start to reverse them. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, so when it comes to your side, okay, we have the pride and ego card and we have compromise. So this is Spirit saying that this has to be a relationship where both you and your person let go of the pride and ego and compromise. As I've said before, probably in past readings, this is about you attacking the problem and not the other person, and vice versa. Both of you doing that. You know, looking at the problem as the issue and not each other. Okay? All right. So when it comes to your person, you left quite an impression on this person. They have a lot of hopes and wishes when it comes to this connection. And I feel like, you know, like I've told you, I feel like they're willing to go above and beyond in order to be with you and have this be a very happy relationship. Okay? Let's see. Okay, so we have, again, the camera card. It's talking about nostalgia, the past, replaying old pictures. You know what that's about. Looking back at the past to heal what you need to heal. Okay. All right. So let's get some messages from Spirit. See what they want to tell you. What else they want to tell you about the thing. I don't want to do these. I want to do these. If I have it up here. There's a particular deck I am looking for. See if it's up here. I don't see it. Okay, I'm just going to go with what I normally go with because there was another deck I wanted to use, but I don't see it. Okay. Okay, so we have intuition. Okay? Spirit is saying the universe is providing intuitive guidance to direct you on your divine path. We just talked about that. Immaturity. It says someone is emotionally and spiritually undeveloped, causing a distorted outlook on the situation. Okay. Then we have dream state. There's communication and energetic exchanges on the soul level in the 5D. So you and this new person are talking to each other, communicating with each other in the 5D. I tell you, you already get together in the 5D. It's just about it manifesting here in the 3D. Okay. All right. On the bottom of the deck, shadow work. It says someone needs to face their fears and shadow side. And I feel like, you know, these cards are talking to both you and your new person. All right. Okay. So let's get some messages from your person. See what they want to tell you. All right. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. It says, I miss you more and more every day. You're the first thing I think about when I open up my eyes. You're the only one I see, as I've told you before. And then everything reminds me of you. Let's do these. Okay. Your person is saying that they can be themselves with you. They're starting to understand your connection. They look for you everywhere. Okay. Then we have, they're waiting for you patiently. All right. Let me get some of these. Ooh. Okay, so we have my world. Okay. It says, you mean the world to me. Everything revolves around you. I keep you in mind when I'm making decisions, and I include you in all of my plans. Every action, every dream, every action and every dream. I love doing life with you. You mean so much to me. Without you, I feel like nothing. Okay. Then we have thinking. It says, I'm thinking about you at this moment. Thoughts of you never leave my mind. No matter where I go, the songs I'm hearing remind me of you. It makes me more vulnerable, and I think about you even more. Okay? All right. One more. Okay, and then we have, I'll choose you in every lifetime. Okay? All right. Okay. So, one more. Okay, we have, life without you is meaningless. Okay? So this person is 100% banking on being in a connection with you. All right? Okay, so we're going to get some Romance Angel Oracle cards to see what else Spirit wants to tell you about the reading before I let you go. Okay. Okay, so we've got soulmate. It says, yes, this is your soulmate. And then the last card is, it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So you're being told repeatedly, okay? And then look what's sticking up out of the deck. It says engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And on the bottom of the deck, it says release your ex. So the time has come to clear your energy. So those of you, if you're hanging on to this person, this old person, it's time for you to let them go if you want this new person to come in. So like I said, Spirit is telling you repeatedly that this person is someone safe, okay? You're being told over and over again, because I'm telling you, Spirit will tell you if somebody is wrong. Because I was told, before I even engaged with the twin, I was told that the person wasn't going to do right, okay? I was told beforehand, and I just chose to try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, I told y'all know the story. Y'all know what happened. Those of you that don't know what happened, there is a video in the past, I don't know, somewhere in the last couple of months, and the video is like almost 2 hours long. It's like an hour and 47 minutes, I think. And I talk about the whole thing, what happened with me. And then I tell y'all all about the twin flame soulmate thing. Okay. All right, so I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, twins. Hi, twins. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to delve further into new love with you and your person, you and your soulmate, by taking a look at what's going to go on in your future together. Okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. So, overall energy for this week's reading is the Temperance card. So this is Sagittarius energy. It is talking about balance, okay? Between, balance in your life, balance between you and your new person. This can also speak of this connection being very healing, okay? Underneath that is the Knight of Wands. This is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is talking about, someone taking a risk, or I feel like both of you taking a risk to, step into this connection with each other, okay? And the reason why it is a risk is because there has been a lot of inner and outer conflict and competition in your love life, okay? You've had a lot of people, a lot of bad situations, a lot of negative when it's come to your love life, okay? And a lot of lies, a lot of deception, a lot of cheating, a lot of, all of the bad things that can happen. I feel like in a relationship, you've experienced all of those, and so has your person, okay? But you have communication coming, okay? You are manifesting this communication with the Eight of Wands, okay? It is going to require a decision on your part, okay? It's going to require you to rip off the blindfolds, to shine light on the situation, and for you to be honest about what it is you really want, what you're wanting to get out of the relationship, how you're expecting to treat the person, how you're expecting to be treated, all of those things, and for you to decide who is the person that you really want to have in your life, okay? And then with the World, you may be meeting this person online. This can talk about, you just overcoming certain challenges, personal challenges, you and this person doing this independent of the connection. So you can open up these new doors and opportunities to come into this connection together. Okay. All right. Yeah. For a lot of you, it did involve you having to walk away. Your person had to walk away from somebody too, had to walk away from situations and people that were no longer serving them. And, same for you. And then with the Tower card, this is what created the Tower, was the walking away and choosing yourself, you choosing yourself first and your person choosing themselves first, okay? But here's the Knight of Cups. It is talking about this person coming in, and you coming towards this person, both of you coming in with your heart on your sleeve, laying your cards out on the table, and both of you basically being open and honest about your feelings and experiencing this love relationship in a way that you've never experienced it before. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying the Temperance card. Let's go ahead and do that. Temperance. Okay, we gotta do this for your person as well. Temperance. Okay, both of you are mirroring each other because you both got the Release card. So this is both talking about you releasing things that no longer serve you. For your person, there's a lot of confusion, okay? A lot of confusion that, they've been going through in the past when it comes to their relationships. And I feel like that's one of the things that they're releasing. Let me see. Let me get something for you. Release. And for you, it's about you releasing what you need to release and refocusing on where you're trying to go. You go towards where you're headed and not what you're trying to avoid. Okay, let me say this. There's this story that I heard one time, and it was pretty interesting. And it talks about these people that were in they were going whitewater rafting, right? So at the beginning of you whitewater rafting, I've done it before. I don't know if you have or not. The guide tells you all about what you need to do, okay? Because you're going to get put into situations when you do that where, just like in relationships, where you might get into a bit of trouble, or something might crop up that's not supposed to come up, or that you weren't expecting while you're rafting, just like in a relationship. And this person, the guide tells you, when that happens, you don't look like, say you're going in a direction in the raft that you don't want to go in, right? You don't continue to look at where you're going. You turn and look towards where you're trying to go, okay? And I feel like that's what Spirit is talking about with this, okay? Because if you continue to look where you don't want to go, that's where you're going to end up going, okay? It's the same thing. Like I said, it may seem like a crazy parallel, but it's the truth. If you're wanting to go somewhere different, you're wanting your life to change, you wanting your love life to be different, you have to start to look at what you're wanting to happen in that love relationship, and not where you've been in the past. Because looking at the past, you're only supposed to be looking at the past, twins, when you are trying to heal. When you're trying to heal, learn the lessons and get rid of the baggage, that's when you're supposed to be looking at the past. But other than that, you got to let that shit go and look at where you're trying to go. If you're trying to have a long-term, stable, and committed relationship with a new person, that's what you need to focus on. And you need to start to tell yourself stories about that, okay? And that may sound crazy to you too, but think about it. We do it all the time. We talk about what we're going to do. Like, oh, when I get through doing this, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go watch TV, or I'm going to get up and do this, or I'm going to get up and do that. So if you can do that for mundane things, why can't you do that for the relationship that you want, for it to go the way you want it to? Because we're speaking what we're wanting to happen, right? And we don't even realize it. We say things. Think about it. I've said this in other readings, where you'll say something and then a few minutes later, the exact thing you said plays out in your 3D. And the reason why that happens is because you're in control of it all, okay? But we've been conditioned to believe the opposite, that everything is just happening to us and we have no control over it, and that's not true, okay? So Spirit is telling you, okay, this is about you releasing the things that are not serving you, letting that shit go, all right? And focusing on where you're wanting to go, because this is about the past, and we're letting that go to look towards the future, on where we're wanting to head towards, okay? All right, here we go. So the first three cards we're going to take a look at represent what is your perspective on this connection with this new person, okay? So we have the Moon, Cancer, and Pisces energy. We have the Three of Pentacles here, okay? And then we have the Six of Cups. So this is talking about you realizing that this person, you had a past life connection with this person. This is also talking about you wanting union with this person, okay? You're wanting to build, a stable, committed, long-term, relationship, what we just talked about a few minutes ago, all right? You're ready to compromise. You're ready to do the work, put the work in, do what is necessary, be a partner with your person in order to bring about the type of relationship you've always wanted, okay? All right, with the Moon card, this can talk about, things, secrets, okay? There may be things that, you've gone through, or just things that you've hidden about yourself. And I feel like you have done this in past relationships, and Spirit is telling you it's time to let this shit go. You have to come in being as open and as honest as possible with this new person, because if you're wanting that in return, you got to be willing to give it. Anything you want in this relationship, twins, anything you want from this person, you got to be representative of that yourself. You can't come into the relationship and want this person to be completely honest, but you picking and choosing what the fuck you want to tell them and what you don't want to tell them, because I'm going to keep it real with you, right? I love you. That's why I'm keeping it real with you. But I'm telling you, you got to be honest. You got to let this person know. You can't be afraid. Okay. You can't be afraid to let this person know who you really are, because it is about your authenticity. At the end of the day, you being authentically yourself so you can be loved for who you truly are. Because a lot of you have lived this life, and I don't think for some of you that you've ever had somebody really and truly love you. I don't care what type of relationship it is. I don't care if it's romantic. I don't care if it's platonic. I don't even care if it's a family relationship. I feel like a lot of you haven't ever really had somebody see who you really are, understand who you really are, and love you because of it, or in spite of it, or whatever you wanna say. Okay? So I'm saying all of this to say that that's what this is about. You cannot be afraid to be who you are. I had somebody in the comments this past week, right, that was talking about there was that there's an age gap between them and their soulmate, and that they were afraid to let this person know that about the age gap because they didn't know how this person was going to respond. And I told them, I went to the comments and I told them, I said, I said, you need to tell them. I said, because if you want a relationship, excuse me, that's based on honesty, like we just talked about, these secrets, okay, these things we've been carrying around all our lives, because people have conditioned us to believe that, you know, we shouldn't be who we really are. We shouldn't let our freak flag fly. We shouldn't be weird. We shouldn't be whatever it is or whatever. Because, you know, I always tell y'all, I'm weird as fuck and I love it. I love it. I love it. And the older I get, the more I love my weirdness. And I love weirdness in other people as well, because I'm weird and I accept my weirdness. And so I love it when other people are weird as well. So you got to understand that you are who you are. It's not changing no time soon, okay? Except for the things you're healing and how you're trying to be the best person you can be. But there are innate things about you that are never going to change. Like me, I love the metaphysical. I love tarot cards. I'm a tarot card reader. And I'm probably going to be a tarot card reader until I close my eyes and take my last breath, because this is what I do. It's what I enjoy. There are other things that I love to do as well. But I know this is my shit here. This is my steez. This is what I do. So that's one of the first things I tell people. I'm like, okay, because like I remember that with the twin. When I told the twin, I was like, hey, I'm a tarot card reader. Do you have a problem with that? Because if they had a problem with it, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. I'd have been like, I'm still going to be a tarot card reader. You just ain't going to be here. Because I have to be who I am. And I can't be afraid to be who I am and expect somebody to want to, you know, accept me. Because I have to accept myself if I'm wanting other people to accept me, just like you got to accept other people if you want them to accept you as well. Okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, so your perspective on this connection is just about you wanting to come into union with this person. Like I said, you're wanting, you know, to build a quality relationship, and you're wanting to reunite with this person with whom you have soul recognition. Okay, let's clarify. The moon. Okay. So the card that's clarifying the Six of Cups is, the answer is yes. Spirit is saying that, yes, this is about to happen. You're about to come into union with this person, okay, that you've had many past lives with, and you'll probably continue to have many past lives after this lifetime with them, okay? Then we've got, for the moon, we have the divine feminine card, and we have vibration. So this is Spirit saying, be proud of who you are. It doesn't matter. Like I said, what makes you weird and makes you unique, and it makes you special. You're unlike anybody else on this earth, and that's a beautiful thing. It's supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to be like everybody else, because if everybody was the same, there would be no fucking flavor in life. There would be none whatsoever. And so, like I said, be proud, embrace who you are. Like I said, don't be afraid to be who you truly are, because that's true love at the end of the day. To open yourself up and say, hey, this is me. You know, I might be afraid to show you these things, but I have to let you know who I truly am, because I tell y'all, that was the problem with the twin. They used to sit and be like, why does this person, you know, love me? I can't show them who I really am, because if I show them who I really am, they're not really gonna love me, you know, or they've been conditioned to think the same thing, that they can't be themselves because they're not gonna be loved for who they are. Okay, but this is a relationship where that's what's gonna happen. So you gotta open yourself up to this person and let them know who you are. Okay, and they're wanting to know who you are, and they're wanting to show you who they are. Okay. All right. So with the Three of Pentacles, okay, in order for this situation to play out the way you're wanting it to, you know, for the two of you to work together and build this connection, it's going to require forgiveness. You're going to have to forgive yourself for certain things. You're going to have to forgive the past relationships, including the twin, for certain things. And then it's also about just, you know, realizing that things happen. You learn certain things, you know, things just happen in your life. They are lessons. It may seem fucked up at the time that it happens, but you have to just take what you're supposed to take from it and let everything else go. Okay? All right. Okay, now we're moving on. 1 second. Okay, so the next placement we're going to take a look at represents how your partner, your soulmate, feels about the relationship. Okay? All right. Okay, so we have the Judgment card, Scorpio energy, High Priestess, Pisces energy, the Four of Swords here, okay? And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So, when it comes to your soulmate, okay, they see this as a second chance. Again, they're listening to their intuition, all right? They're going to let you see behind the veil. They're going to bring their veil down here with this High Priestess card and let you see what's really going on with them in their lives. Okay, they're using this time with the Four of Swords. I told you this is like the mini hermit for me. They're using this time to, you know, get themselves together. But whatever storms they've weathered, trust me, you're going to hear all about them because they're going to open themselves up to you. And then with the Two of Pentacles, this is about, you know, the end to the juggling. This person doesn't want to be in, you know, multiple relationships or be out there with a whole bunch of people, you know, third party, all this shit. They don't want all this shit. They want you to make your decision. That's why this Two of Pentacles is here. They want you to not juggle. And what I mean by that is they know that there's this other person. They can feel this other person in your energy, just like the other person can feel them in your energy. And so they're wanting you to make your choice. Okay. It's like the, what is it? The Saw movie, that little thing riding the bike, Jigsaw or whatever. And it's like, you know, whatever, make your choice. I don't know. It always says make your choice. But anyway, this, you know, Two of Pentacles card is about the decision that you're going to have to make. Okay. And it's like I said, for a lot of you, it's an easy decision. But for some of you, you may still be on the fence about it, trying to figure out what's best for you. And what is best for you is the person that treats you the best, the person that puts you first, the person that, you know, sees you for who you are, the person you can relax with, you can be comfortable with, that the one that takes care of you, the one that wants to see you shine, that wants to see you, you know, excel, that wants to see you be happy and be successful and all those things. That's the type of person that you need to choose. Okay. All right. So let's clarify. Judgment and High Priestess. Okay. Okay, your person could be on vacation. This could talk about, you know, this could also talk about needing a rest because we got the Four of Swords showing up here. All right. You and this person could be at a distance with the world travel distance card. But this situation for your person is that, you know, it's creating a lot of illumination for them. They're learning a lot of things about themselves, about you, about the connection. And they are embracing this change because it's something that they really, really want. Okay. All right. Let me get these cards. Let's see the Moon, the Three of Pentacles, and Six of Cups. All of these. This one. Okay, so this is going to be a connection of comfortability. It says this kind of connection, this is the kind of connection that doesn't require performing. You can be messy, quiet, soft, or strong and still feel accepted, okay? I feel like a lot of you have never had this. You don't know what this is like to be like this, okay? But it starts with you feeling this way about yourself first so you can bring it through into a relationship with someone else. Okay, this is the second line spirit for that person. Okay, when it comes to your person's, the what we just talked about, your person's placement, excuse me, we have aligned future. It says the connection feels solid because you're both facing the same direction. this partnership, this is a partnership with purpose, okay? Like I told you, you know, you may actually have a family. You may build a business together. It's going to be a lot of different things. You may travel the world together with this person, but I feel like you're both going to want the same things when it comes to being together, okay? All right. Let's see. Next questions. Okay. Now we're going to talk about what your soulmate's intentions are. Okay. So we've got the Knight of Swords. Air sign is someone with a lot of air in their chart. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We've got the Ten of Swords here. It came out reversed. And then we have the Justice card, Libra energy. So I feel like what your person's intentions are, they're going to come in, want to sweep you off your feet, okay? And they're going to come in out of nowhere, all right? You can check the comments of the videos every week that I put down. People always tell you how they meet their person. It's like they just showed up. I wasn't expecting them, this and this and that. Person just came out of nowhere, okay? But this person is going to sweep you off your feet. You're going to know that this person, even if you have more than one person coming at you, all right? Let me say this. There were other people in the comments this week that were saying that the person that they dealt with was trying to, I guess, extort money from them or whatever. Let me say this. Because I'm telling you that Spirit is saying that someone is coming into your life, please use your discernment. Don't just take the first person that comes in at face value without doing your due diligence, okay? Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to what Spirit is telling you, because I've told y'all in the past, okay, that there are going to be, some of you are going to have more than one other person. It's not going to just be the twin and the soulmate. For some of you, it's going to be other people that are going to come into your life, because Spirit loves to test us. And sometimes there are going to be people coming in to see if you've learned your lessons about dignity and knowing, you know, what you should accept and what you shouldn't accept in the way of treatment, okay? So if somebody comes into your life, don't assume the first person that comes into your life is your soulmate. Don't assume that. Like I said, listen to your intuition, listen to Spirit, do your due diligence, all right? I'm repeating that because some of y'all need to hear what I'm saying, okay? And then don't be coming to me in the comments because you didn't do your due diligence and you want to come in the comments and say it's my fault. How is it my fault that you choose somebody and you don't listen to everything I tell you? You can't just come into these reads and listen to fucking 2 minutes and think you're going to fucking know what's going on. Okay? I got to get on to y'all because I think that's so fucked up. You listening to what Spirit is saying, but you catching parts of it, or you only hearing what the fuck you want to hear. And then you go out and you make fucked up decisions, and then you want to turn around and come back and scream at me and say that I'm a liar, or I'm this and I'm that. And I'm like, hell, fuck no, I'm not. I'm not. That's one thing I would never sit this table and read these cards to y'all if I didn't 100% believe everything that Spirit is saying. And like I told you, you keep forgetting. I read my own cards through Spirit. And so I've sat, like I told you, many times, these reads that I do, before I even read for y'all, I'll do them for myself to see how they come out. And like I said, Spirit be on it. Sometimes it might be days or weeks before the shit happen, but it always ends up happening. And so what I'm saying all of this to say, you are a human being, you're an adult, okay? You're an intelligent adult. And so you have to make your own decisions, and you can't get mad because something don't play out the way you want it to play out, the way it's, you know, the way you think it's supposed to play out or whatever. Because sometimes there's curveballs, sometimes there's all kinds of things. And then what you got to understand is this is not a personal read. I'm not reading one person. So just because a lot of the stuff that you hear resonates with you, it doesn't necessarily mean that is your motherfucking read. Okay, or that everything that I say is going to be your reading. Just like those of you where I can tell you 10 things, 9 of them resonate, 1 of them doesn't, and then you want to negate the whole read. There's still messages in the read for you if things are resonating. But what you got to understand is at the end of the day, you still got to go out and live your life. You got to make your own decisions, and whatever decisions you make, that's on you. That's why it says if you read the fine print in the description box, it tells you this is for entertainment only. Because at the end of the day, you have to make your decision. It has nothing to do with me. I'm telling you what Spirit is saying. And then whoever comes to you in your life, I didn't make them come. I'm telling you what I'm being told. I'm giving you the information, but don't come at me being disrespectful, because I'm not about the fucking bullshit. So you better understand it. You better fucking understand who you dealing with. Okay? Because Spirit been telling me to say something to y'all. And so now I'm saying it. I'm saying it so all the signs can hear it. That's why I'm doing it in the twin flame read. Okay? For those of you that understand what I'm saying, this is not your message. It's for those of you who want to come in here, you don't know who I am, and you listen to two minutes of a fucking read, and then you go out and live your life. You make bad decisions, and then you want to come back and say it's me and say that I'm a fraud and I'm this and I'm that. Bullshit. If I was a fucking fraud, then why do all of the damn comments say that 9 times out of 10, the majority of the damn comments, 95% of the comments are telling you that what Spirit is saying is coming true? So I'm letting y'all know, you about to find out. You about to fuck around and find out why they say the shit they say about Scorpios, because I'm not the one. So let's move on with the read. But like I said, don't come with that bullshit, because I'm telling you, you got one shot, and when you shoot it, your ass is gone. You don't get a fucking second chance on my channel with the bullshit, because I'm not gonna have a comment section where people feel where they feel like other people are being hostile and all this. We're not having that. But like I said, but if you step on my toes, you're going to get your step back on. Okay? Know that. All right, let's move on. So, like I said, Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords, and then we got the Justice card. Okay? Ten of Swords reversed. So, your person's intentions are to come in and, blow your socks off. Like a knight in shining armor, sweep you off your feet. Okay? They're putting an end to these relationships where both of you have felt defeated, where you've both felt cheated on, mistreated, all these things, all of the trauma. They want to put an end to that, and they want balance. They want the both of you to get your karma when it comes to justice. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's clarify. Okay, so this is about, combating fear, because you're going to be afraid. You're going to be nervous, because this is not something you've ever stepped into before. Okay. And I feel like the same thing for your person. The two of you don't know what it's like to be in a relationship where you get treated properly by a person. Okay. So this is about letting go of pride and ego, surrendering to the situation, and to stop the withholding. You have to be open and honest about how you feel. You have to do that if you want this connection to work. Okay. That's why I tell you, go slow. Don't get the first person and then just jump in with both feet without you checking out the person and seeing what the hell is going on. Okay. Like I said, if you feel safe, you feel relaxed, I get, move forward, but move forward at a snail's pace. Cause I keep telling y'all, one of the main red flags that a lot of you have, and this used to be me too, okay, because I'm not just talking to y'all, is the fact that you want to go fast. Maybe it's been a long time since you've been in a connection with somebody, or, you feeling like you feeling the feels and you want to feel more of the feels. You don't want the feeling to go away. I don't know what it exactly is for everybody, because this is a collective reading. But what you got to understand is that you can't be rushing, because the rushing, that's the kiss of death is what I'm hearing. The kiss of death, especially in this connection, because both of you have been hurt. Both of you have been traumatized, and that's just not going to work in this situation. So you just going to have to take your time. Okay. And so if you got somebody out there, those of you that's talking about in the comments, somebody scamming you, trying to scam you for money and all that, okay, then don't deal with them. Don't deal with them, because I'm telling you this. I'm telling y'all this, twins. If you want to find out somebody's motives, just sit and watch. Don't rush. Just let them do their thing, and you do your thing, and just watch their asses. Because if they got ulterior motives, or they trying to get something out of you, it will eventually come to the surface. Okay? Because if you're wearing a mask, you can only wear the mask for so long. Let me say it like that. You can only wear it for so long. So knowing that, like I told y'all, I've told y'all this many times, don't be rushing into no connection with nobody, okay? Because it's dangerous out here anyway, Okay, because if you rushing into a connection, you gotta think about you know, if you're having sex with somebody, you don't know who this person is out here having sex with, or if they protecting themselves, or if they doing this or doing that. You have to really get to know somebody when it comes to a relationship. And just because they make you feel good in the moment, you still need to do your due diligence. All right, you are an adult. You can make your own decisions, but you still need to take your time. Okay. All right, let's move on. This card, please. So we've got blocked passion. It says when passion is blocked, it usually reflects something deeper. It's time to look beneath the surface and ask what's not being expressed. So this is gonna be a result of withholding. If you withhold, it affects everything. It don't just affect the, you know, the connection, and I mean, it's not just about, how can I explain it? It's like if you are not being honest with how you feel, it's going to affect everything in the connection. Okay, it's going to affect the level of trust. It's going to affect the passion. It's going to affect a lot of things, because this is about you being open and honest. But like I said, not going fast. I'm not telling you to do 100 miles an hour, you know, because some of you, like I said, some of y'all are champing at the bit wanting to be with this person. Now I get it. I understand it 100%. But you still got to take your time to get to know them. You got to make sure that this is the person that you're supposed to be with, and then take your time to get to know them after that. Don't be rushing. Don't be rushing. Okay? All right. Next, the next placement we're going to talk about is, what is the short-term outcome for this connection? Long-term. Okay. So when it comes to the short-term outcome for the connection, we've got the King of Swords showing up here. This is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This card's been coming up a lot. Your person may work in the government. They may be military or, you know, ex-military. This is someone, like I told you, this is a boss. This could be a CEO, somebody that has their own business or runs their own business. They could have several businesses, okay? This is somebody who is very busy. But with the King of Swords, the thing about the King of Swords is that this person is very independent. And I feel like that's what's up with your person. They're very independent. They don't open up and let everybody in. This is somebody with whom it's not just about emotion for them. You have to like, they have to be attracted to you mentally as well. They have to be attracted to you on all the levels. It's not just emotionally or sexually. Okay. It's got to be, you know, it's got to be mental, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all those things. That's the type of person this is. And this is somebody with whom if you can't hold their attention, they be gone. Okay. And I don't feel like, I'm not telling you that to scare you. I'm just telling you the type of person this is. This is somebody who can pick and choose who they want to be with. I tell you that all the time. The Seven of Cups comes up, that they have a lot of options. I feel like it's the same way for you. But I'm trying to explain this person's personality to you, so you can get, you know, get what I'm saying. This is high quality. It's a high level person, and just like you're high quality and you're high level, especially if you're doing your work, okay? Because you can't come in and limping into this connection, you know, with a bruised ego, and you upset and you bitter and you jaded and think this shit is gonna work, because it's not. I'm telling you, it's gonna blow up in your fucking face. That's why Spirit keeps telling you to heal. But with this King of Swords, the short-term future is that you and this person are going to enter this connection as sovereign beings. You're going to be independent, okay? Standing in your own power. Your person's going to be independent, standing in their own power. And it's about the both of you coming together and forming like a power couple, basically, okay? All right. Let me clarify. Okay. White is Spirit. Okay. One of the both of you may have gone through a divorce. Okay, some type of sadness and loss. You may have also had a death in the family. I've heard in the comments that that was true for a lot of people. Okay, not a lot of people, but a few people in the comments. Okay, all right. Then we've got for you on your side. That was on your person's side. When it comes to you, this is again about you purging. You got to purge to get to this level. Okay, you got to let go of things to get to this level. It's not just a thing of, oh well, I'll go into the connection and I'll work on it then. It's too fucking late then. You need to be working towards who you need to be before you get there. That's why for the long-term outcome of this partnership. Hold on, let me do this first. I want to get one of these cards first. King of Swords, the Purge, Divorce. Okay. Yeah. See, this is about emotional safety. It says you don't have to walk on eggshells or hide your feelings or second guess yourself. This connection holds you with care. So this is going to be somebody who is going to make you feel, I tell you that, going to have the safe space for you and make you feel emotionally safe. Okay? I feel like a safe in all areas, not just emotionally, but that's the card that's coming up. Okay, so when it comes to the long-term outcome of the partnership, we have the Hermit card. Okay, this is Virgo energy. And it is talking about healing, that this connection is going to be healing for both of you. Okay, it's about both of you using this energy, leaning on each other to get through, like I tell you, the residue of what has happened. Okay, you need to be at a certain level before you get into this connection with this person. And I feel like for a lot of you, where this person hadn't shown up yet, it's because they got to be at a certain level, and so do you. And I know you don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you, it's going to save you a lot of grief and a lot of worry and a lot of unnecessary, disagreements and all this kind of stuff. Because this is not going to be no connection where you and this person are butting heads all the time, or breaking up and getting back together and breaking up again. It's not that type of relationship. And so in order for it to not be that, you have to present in a certain way, and so does your person. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Yeah, see there on your person's side, there are some unhealthy patterns that need to be dealt with. That could be, that's dragging it down. I'm not dragging it down, but slowing down you two coming together. And then you got to deal with fear. If you are afraid of being in this connection with this person, you got to look at your stuff. Because like I said, I keep using myself an example, because that's what I got to use, because that's what I know. So for me, in the beginning, when I hadn't healed myself, yeah, I was fucking scared. I was scared to death to be in something with this new person. Okay. But as I've healed myself, this has gone away. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're afraid like this, I'm telling you, it's levels. So if it's just some, just a little residual nervousness, that's understandable. You're going to be nervous with somebody that you first getting together with and stuff like that. That's normal. But I'm talking about anxiety, overwhelm, you're hyperventilating, that level, panic attack, that level, you got some healing to do, boo. Because you shouldn't be coming out like that in a relationship. That means it's a lot of shit you haven't healed, and you need to go back and look at that. Okay? All right, hold on. I don't want to use this. I want to use this. Okay, yeah, but this is going to be a connection where you and this person are going to still be standing. It says you didn't let hard times become a breaking point. This is a love that deepens with every test. So you're going to be tested. There are going to be things that happen, but it's going to strengthen this connection, and it's going to make you and this person get closer to each other, and make the relationship indestructible, I feel like. Okay, because like I said, you and this person have the potential to be life partners if that's what you're wanting. All right. Okay. So let's get some messages from Spirit. Like I said, sorry for those of you who that message wasn't for you. Sorry, but some of y'all, I got to let y'all know. You messing with the wrong one. You are messing with the wrong one. Don't come in my comments with the BS. Okay. So we've got clear the path is what Spirit is saying. It says embrace the journey ahead with an open heart, ready to discover and grow from the revelations to come. Okay? Hold on. Then we've got free to move. It says embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. All right? Let me get one more. Okay. Okay, this fell like this. It fell like this. And when it falls like this, it's both sides. So we got Fantasy Island. Make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page. That's why I tell you, have have that talk with your person and make sure that you let them know what it is you need in the connection, and they let you know what it is they need, because everybody, likes to be loved in different ways. And that's why that love languages, you hear about that all the time about people's love languages. And it's true. It is true, because, like, for instance, let me give you an example. With me, one of my love languages, my number one love language is quality time. Okay, if I feel like you don't want to spend no time with me, I don't fucking feel loved. Houston, you gonna have a problem with me if you don't spend time with me. So that's why I tell you, one of my things, the number one thing for me is, if you're gonna be here, you need to be here. I don't care if you're a friend. I don't care if it's a platonic relationship. I don't care if it's family member. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's romantic. If you're going to be here, you need to be here. If you don't spend no time with me, I feel unloved. So it will behoove you to figure out what your love language is, so you know how you want to be loved. Because this is about you understanding yourself, twins. So you can explain this to this person, so they'll understand what's going on. Because a lot of times that's what it is. Like, for instance, with my dad, he's an acts of service person. A lot of times people will love you the way they want to be loved. So he's somebody that he'll do stuff for you. If you need something done, all you gotta do is call him, and he'd be like, what you want me to do? What you need me to do? Whatever. That's the type of person he is. But me, I'm quality time. So I spend time with the people that, I love, because, that's just normal. Because you're gonna learn you're going to want to love people the way you know how to love. But learning the love language is about learning what yours are and learning what your person's are as well. So that if they need words of affirmation, hold on, or they like affection, or they like gifts, or they like whatever, that, and you can show up in the way that they need you to show up. Because that's what this is about. This is about both of you getting your needs met, not just one person. Okay. Which I feel like has been the past. In the past, it's just been the other people you were in a connection with getting their needs met, because you going above and beyond and doing whatever's necessary in order to meet their needs, but then your needs aren't getting met. Okay. All right. So then we've got no illusions. Okay. The other side of the card is saying, stay grounded in truth, embracing reality with clarity and wisdom to navigate life's journeys authentically. Okay. We talk about this all the time. Your person, there's some type of unhealthy patterns this person has, and they realize that they have them, because they're coming up in this read. And, withholding may be one of them. It could be some type of, you see it says addiction on here. It could be some type of something that they're dealing with, smoking, drinking, some type of substance. It could be anything. Because like I told you, nobody is perfect. That's why this no illusions card is coming up. Spirit is saying you got to be honest, and you got to understand that you can't be expecting somebody else to come in and be perfect, because you ain't fucking perfect. That's what Spirit is basically telling you. Okay. All right. So let's get some messages from your person before I let you go. Okay. So we've got, you don't realize how perfect you are to me. Everything reminds me of you. I am grateful that you came into my life. You're my everything. Okay. And it says, I keep dreaming about us together. Let me get one of these. Okay. It says best self. It says, I want to be my best self for you. I'm working really hard to level up for you and to meet you as your equal, your mirror. I know we will always grow together, but I want you to be proud of who I am today. Okay. This person is proud of you, and they want you to be proud of them as well. Then we have divine timing. It says, we are on the journey and the divine dance on the soul plane. It will manifest into the physical world in perfect divine timing. All we have to do is trust and have faith that all will work out beautifully. Okay. All right. Like I said, for a lot of you, this is about you learning how to believe in yourself, believe in spirit, and understand that, even when you manifesting, you can't control when things are going to show up. They're going to show up when it's time for them to show up, when you're ready, okay? Because a lot of times if they show up before then, you're going to mess it up. And like I told you, spirit can see all of these things. Okay, when it comes to your person, I'm working hard on my finances for you, for us, for our future. All right. You're the only one who gets me without me saying anything. Then we have, I remember the first day we met like it was yesterday. Like I told you, this person's going to remember all the, you know how you see TV shows and the whether it's male, what is usually the guy that forgets the anniversary or forgets the wife's birthday or forgets whatever. Like I said, guys make it fit. And in this situation, this person's going to remember everything. They're going to like remember this is the first day we kissed each other, the first day I looked at you, all this kind of stuff. So it says, I feel like I've known you all my life, yet you are so mysterious. Then we also have, you make me feel like a kid again. Okay. All right. So, all right, let's get the Lover's Oracle, and we're going to get another message from Spirit before I let you go. So we have this one. It says, when you pass from this world, take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Then it says, okay, power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. That's what Spirit is saying. So if something doesn't seem right to you, let it go. Let it go, because you got to realize people that are trying to get something from you and they have ulterior motives. They don't have positive motives behind them. They going to try to make you believe whatever they want you to believe. But it's up to you to have your discernment and to, really look at what's going on and see what's going on with this person. Because I told you, people can only wear the mask. Even you can only wear it for so long. I'm not saying that you're wearing one. I'm saying in the past you have, because people haven't accepted you for who you were. But you can only wear it for so long. It's exhausting. It's tiring to do that, to not be who you really are. Okay. Even if you're trying to get something, I would imagine that, So then the last card we have here, it says transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay. All right, twins, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hi, twins. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what is going on with you and your person in new love. Okay, see what Spirit's message is about you, twin flames, moving into this soulmate love. Okay. All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, here we go. So the overall energy for this week's twin flame reading is the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. It could represent the older person in the connection. For a lot of you, it may be you. With the Hermit, it is talking about, as I always tell you, healing. Okay, using this light to shine on the things that, may be in shadow or maybe in darkness, and trying to figure out the best way to take care of it so that you can move forward. Okay. Underneath this is the Seven of Pentacles. This talks about, planting those seeds, or the seeds you planted bearing fruit now in the form, I feel like, of this soulmate showing up in your life. And, it's about you having patience, and waiting for the right time for this person to appear in your life. Okay. We have the Ten of Swords here. This is talking about, a lot of endings that you've had in the past where, you've been stabbed in the back, cheated on, betrayed, breadcrumbed, mistreated, abused in all types of ways. Okay. And with the Ten of Swords, you know, you are moving forward. It's like always the darkest before the dawn. So it's like you went through all of this stuff, but look in the back here. Okay, spirit is with you with that owl there. Remember, I always tell you the birds represent spirit. And so here in the dark, you know, back off on the horizon, you can see the sun rising. So spirit is telling you your happiness is coming. Okay. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, this is talking about doing the work, doing what you need to do to represent yourself as the best twin you can possibly be, okay? Or the best soulmate you can possibly be, so that when the time comes, you can enter into this relationship, right? And then look, there's the bird there. You know, they're supporting you. You know what's so funny? When I was on the way back from coming back from Vegas, almost every place I stopped, I just started seeing all these birds, just massive birds, just flocks of birds just everywhere. And I feel like that was a message from spirit, you know, letting me know, and it's coming to me now to let you know that, you know, you're not alone, that spirit is always there with you. And I feel like you know, me seeing all those birds like that is just, you know, to tell y'all to keep the faith that your person is coming, okay, if they have not shown up yet, okay? So we've got the Chariot card. This is Cancerian energy. It is talking about moving forward, you know, overcoming obstacles, okay? So you can head towards what it is that you truly want, okay? All right, so we're going to start by clarifying the Hermit. I need to use a different deck. I don't want to use that deck. Hermit. Okay, why this, spirit? Let me do this. Hermit. And can you clarify this one too? Okay, so on your side, we have the barrier card showing up to clarify this Hermit card, okay? So this is talking about, you know, these things that you're having to clear up in your life. These, you know, they may be obstacles or barriers to you getting what it is you want. And to clarify the barrier card, we have the tennis ball. So it's talking about competition, games, and foolery. So I feel like this is just the residual leftovers from all the crazy things that people have done to you in the past, okay? Like the mind games and the ghosting and the, you know, trying to chip away at yourself, you know, your self-esteem and all those types of things. That's what I feel like this is, okay? When it comes to your person's been through a lot of rejection, okay? I feel like I told you, I feel like for a lot of you, this person was just wanted not because it was them, but it was for what they had and not because of, you know, for who they are, okay? Then we have the crystal pendant that is clarifying it, and it's talking about divine guidance, spiritual answers, and intuition. So this person, like I said, has been through a lot of rejection, but I feel like they follow their intuition and they know that this time, when it comes to the both of you coming together, this is not going to happen because this card fell upside down when it came out, okay? All right, so when it comes to where you are right now, we have the King of Cups, water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Like I said, when this card shows up for me, it is Cancerian energy. And you may have those placements, or your person may have. This is talking about balance, okay? Like finding the balance between your logic and your emotion and being able to move forward, especially when it comes to your love life, okay? All right, let's clarify. Let me get these. What to do different. King of Cups. So we've got the High Priestess that fell, and she fell like this. So whenever she falls like that, that spirit telling me, or a card falls like that, spirit is telling me that both sides are valid. So this is about, you know, following your intuition, paying attention to your gut, you know, listening to what your spiritual team is trying to tell you, And then we also have the silence card, which is talking about keeping it all in. So I feel like a lot of you just been hermiting. You ain't been going out too many places or doing a lot of things. I feel like you do what is necessary, but otherwise, you know, you're focusing on yourself and your healing because, like I said, you're ready for this person to come. And I feel like Spirit is saying you following your intuition is what is going to put you into balance to create. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, on your side, like I said, we have this High Priestess card, and it fell like this, and when it falls like this, Spirit is saying both sides have to do with the connect. I mean, with the reading. So this is Spirit telling you to listen to your subconscious mind, you know, and also, you know, about keeping it all in, like suppressing your intuition. If you want to move through this situation in an optimal fashion, it's better for you to not keep it all in and for you to follow what, you know, information or what advice or what guidance you're being given by Spirit. Okay. On your side, we have the fear card and the mirror card showing up. So you and your person are mirroring. I feel like, you know, there is trepidation. That's the word that's coming to me again. Trepidation and fear coming in to the situation because you're afraid. I feel like a lot of you are afraid that this situation with this new person is going to be like all the others and it's going to fail. It's not going to be like, you know, it's going to be just like all the other things. But that's where the balance comes in. That's where you getting your mind and your heart together. That's what's gonna help you move through this. And like I told you, the more you heal, the less you'll have to deal with the fear. Because like I said, let me tell you this. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not nervous about my situation, okay? But I'm not like, you know, deathly afraid, like, oh my God, this and that, this and that. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you have to walk into this situation you're going into with eyes wide open and know that this is a reward from Spirit. Spirit is telling you you can trust this person. And so while I'm telling you, I'm not telling you to just go in there and just, you know, be like, F it, and then just, you know, let all your stuff out. I'm not telling you to do that. What I am telling you to do, though, is to take your time, but be open. Like I tell you, if you want to tell, you know, the person how you feel, tell them how you feel. If you want to set some boundaries, set some boundaries. Do what you feel guided to do. Do what feels natural to you and what feels comfortable to you. Because as I tell you, this is about authenticity, about you being the person you truly are and not wearing the mask. Like because we all used to wear a mask and we all used to fucking tap dance. Let's just be honest, okay? At times we would allow the real us to come out, but it wouldn't be something we would do on a regular basis, okay? And so that's why we had the problems we had with people not loving who we really are, or when we show them who we really are and we relax, you know, it all falling apart because we weren't being authentically who we are. And that's what the difference is with this connection. You're going to be able to be who you are. And I'm telling you, with flaws and all, it doesn't matter what you've got going on. Okay. This is about unconditional love on both sides of the script, on both sides of the page. And so just like I tell you, you want this person to give you grace for your shortcomings. It's about you doing the same thing and giving them grace as well, and realizing that even though this is your soulmate, even though this is the person that you've prayed for, that they're still human at the end of the day, just like you are. Okay. Because the two cards we have that fell for them, we have clarity on how to work together, and we have battling addictions. So this person's got some stuff going on. Like I told you, you can't go through the things that the both of you went through and not come out unscathed. Okay. So this person is figuring out how to best, I guess, position themselves and to come into the connection in order for the two of you to work together. And like I told you, they're working on this is what I hear in my head, working on their bullshit is what I hear. I don't know why I hear that, but that's what I hear. So you've got your things to shine your lantern on here with the Hermit, and your person has their things that they have to do the same thing with. Okay. And it's going to, it may be different, it may be similar, but you're mirroring each other. So there could be something on your side that you're dealing with. And like I told you, it don't have to be drink. It don't have to be drugs. It could be anything. It could be spending money. It could be gambling. It could be, shopping. It could be anything that you do, food, anything you do to like numb yourself or suppress your feelings and things like that. That's usually what an addiction is. Okay. You're doing something too much because you don't want to look at what's really going on. Like for instance, those people that always are there and wanting to help other people. And then when you look at what's going on in their life, they have a lot of stuff going on that they're ignoring. Like I said, they're kind people, they're beautiful people, they're always there to help other people. But when you step back and you look at what's going on with them, you got all these things. Why are you not paying attention to the stuff that's going on with you? It's a defense mechanism, and a lot of us have it, and a lot of times we don't even realize that that's what we do and that's what we got going on. Okay. All right. So what we have to cross, okay, what is crossing you is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is the challenge. Can you get to this place where you have, love, money, and you're able to leave a legacy? Can you and this person come together and form the type of relationship you've always wanted to have? Okay, let's clarify. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so on your side, we have the guide card coming out with the spring card. So for some of you, like I said, either you will be entering into a connection with this person by spring, like into something committed. Not to say that you won't meet them until spring, but some people you may not. Okay, Spirit is giving me these cards, so I'm going by what they're saying. So either it's you're coming into a committed relationship with them by spring, or you may not be meeting them until spring. And that's not that far away, because we already at the end of the year. Okay. Then we have the guide card here. So this is, Spirit telling you, you're going to be guided in the right direction in order to know how to get to this 10 of Pentacles. You're not going to be left out there alone. I feel like that's why they were telling me to talk to you about the birds. Okay. So when it comes to your person, they're showing up with the reliving the past card and the vulnerable card. So they are reliving their past in order to learn how to be more vulnerable, to open themselves back up because of, like I said, the things that have happened to them that have caused them to, want to shut down. All right. Okay. So the next card we're going to take a look at is what is below you. Okay. What is beneath you? And we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So this is an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart towards Virgo, Capricorn. And it is talking about this person coming towards you slowly, okay, in order to have the long-term stable and committed relationship you want to have. Okay, the card we have for you is the settling card. And I feel like this is what Spirit is saying, is that this is what you've wanted all your life, is this type of relationship, but you've been settling for whatever, whatever came, or the people that you chose that came into your life, they weren't the right ones for you to choose. Okay, because when we don't love ourselves properly and we don't put ourselves and our needs first, a lot of times that's what happens. We end up choosing people who, are not good. Okay, because look, we've got reckless, impulsive, immature, and wild. Okay, with the race card. And then we've got the match flame here. Okay, which is talking about resurrection and you know who this is? You know who this is, right? It's your twin. Okay. When it comes to your person, they are having a lot of revelations, a lot of illumination in their life. They're, like I said, they're looking at, with this hermit energy, they're in this hermit energy, and they're looking at a lot of things, casting a lot of light on things, like things that have been in the shadows that they've needed to figure out in the past. Because like I said, a lot of this is about you becoming the person that is able to step into this connection and sustain it. Okay. All right. So when it comes to what is in the past, okay, and passing out of your life is the Two of Pentacles, okay, which talks about juggling, about you being one of many, okay, being an option and not, not being somebody's main squeeze. And I feel like, that's what's passing out of your life, having to deal with people who treat you like that, okay? So yeah, Spirit is telling you the answer is yes, it's gone. All of that shit's gone. You don't have to deal with it. You're no longer going to have to deal with that anymore, okay? Being put on the back burner and treated like you don't have any value, okay? And then when you're with your person, the renewal card is coming out. So this is about them, going through that caterpillar energy into the butterfly, transforming, okay, back into the boss they always were. But I feel like new and improved is what I'm hearing, because they have learned a lot of lessons from the things that they have, recently experienced, okay? All right, so when it comes to what is above you, we have the Queen of Wands here. So this is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like this is you and your power. You having it going on in all areas of your life, like focusing on your career, flourishing career, money in the bank, new vehicles for some of you. It's also talking about just understanding like your value and your power, and just radiating that because you understand who you are and what it is that you deserve. Okay. All right, clarify. Okay, and so we've got the abandoned card showing up for you, and Spirit is saying the answer is no. It's about, again, you realizing that once you love yourself and you sit in this type of energy, this, this is like the Queen of Wands is also about like protective energy. So I feel like this is saying, Spirit saying that you're going to be in an energy where it's not only somebody new coming in to protect you, but you're also protecting yourself. And so this abandonment energy and all the stuff that you used to experience, that's on out the door. And, I feel like, you're probably not ever going to see that again. Okay. All right. Let's clarify for your person. Okay. So when it comes to your person, this is about them sitting in the same energy because of karma and lessons that they have to learn, and also about intimacy, about, again, remember we had the vulnerability card show up for them, because like I told you, for both of you, you go through these things like this, and the first thing you want to do is shut down and not allow people into your energy. But this person is going to be all about the intimacy, all about wanting to get to know you and wanting to open themselves up to you. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why they're battling their addictions, because addictions, they make you suppress, right? They make you not vulnerable, right? They make you not want to be intimate. And so I feel like that's why this person is dealing with what they need to deal with, because they know they can't be operating the way that they've been operating outside of a relationship and come into a relationship and expect it to work. Okay. All right. So when we got the future, okay, where you're headed in the future, we've got the Six of Wands showing up. So the Six of Wands is talking about, recognition, being in the spotlight. It's also talking about the dream, your dream lover showing up. Okay. For me, when this card shows up, that's what Spirit is saying. And it's about success. So it's about having a successful love life. That's where a lot of you are headed. All right. Yeah. So it's about closing out cycles and keeping your vibration high, like cleaning out. Because when you close out cycles and you stop entertaining a lot of shit from the past, and you deal with your feelings and then bury them, okay, not alive, but you kill the whatever feelings, you let them out, let them exist, let them go, and then you bury what's left. it is about you clearing out your energy. You're cleaning out your energy and cleaning out your vibration so that you're open and vulnerable and, you know, ready to let somebody new in, okay? All the way in. Yeah. Okay? Because we've got, it says obstacles ahead. You may have obstacles ahead, but you're going to have a life partner to deal with these things with. You will no longer have to walk alone is what Spirit is telling you, okay? All right. Okay, let's get some messages from Spirit. Okay, so we have integrity. Does this situation align with your morals and values? These are the questions you need to, one of the questions you need to ask yourself when you get into this connection with this person, okay? Then we have passion. Try something you've never done before. This is about you, you know, living the best life you can live. Decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. You got to decide whether or not you want to enter into it. And when the time comes for you to choose, you have to decide who you're going to choose. Then we've got retreat. It says time alone or in nature can help you recharge. This is about you pulling back and focusing on yourself. And then we have healing. Spirit is saying that there are old wounds and childhood issues that need revisiting. Okay? All right. Bottom of the deck says denial. It says detach with love to clearly see the truth. Okay, let me get a couple of messages from your person. Then we're moving on. So it says best self. We have expectation and we have mission. So let me read mission. Together, we are an unstoppable force. We have a purpose together and I am determined to live it out with you. We are just perfect together. We can overcome any obstacles if we work as a team. Okay, so this is how this person thinks, all right, about you and about relationships in general, all right? Then we have best self. It says, I want to be my best self for you. I am working really hard to level up for you and meet you as your equal, your mirror. I know we will always grow together, but I want you to be proud of who I am today, okay? Then we have expectation. I want to be all you want me to be. I don't want to disappoint you. I know you have a lot of expectations from me, and I'm trying to stand for that. But at times I feel so far away from that, and I am afraid to let you down or disappoint you. Okay? All right. So before you go, we're going to pull these Romance Angel Oracle cards. So again, here's the separation card. Spirit is telling you, take this time. It says time apart from your partners on the horizon. Take this time. I tell y'all all the time. This time is so important for you to focus on self, okay? And to love on self. Because I tell you, how you treat yourself, this is how this new person is going to come in and treat you. So if you want to be treated right, you got to be right, okay? Then we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other, all right? That's why I just told you. Didn't I just tell you, if you love them, tell them you love them. If you want to be in a relationship with them, let them know how you feel, because this is both of you. It's not just one person. You can't expect this person to come in and just fucking do everything and you don't do anything at all. I'm not saying that's what you're going to do, but that is the reason why you approach things slowly, so that you can do things that are within your comfort zone. Wait a minute. Fuck that. Let's just be honest. This is going to be uncomfortable. Okay. This is going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be fucking easy. Okay. You're probably going to second guess yourself at every fucking turn. All right. But it's a risk. Love is a risk. Don't ever sit and think that just because this is your quote unquote knight or nitrous, if you want to say, in shining armor is coming in, that's going to be it, that y'all going to skip off into the fucking sunset and there's not going to be any fucking problems. You're going to have issues. You're going to have times where you don't understand each other. You're going to have times where the communication is miscommunication. You're going to have times where you fucking second guess yourself. This other person is going to do the same. But it's about you hanging in there, stepping in there, and realizing that you and this person are fucking, partners, and attacking the problem and not attacking each other. Because I'm telling you, you got to get your shit together, twins, because I told you, as soon as y'all decide that y'all want to make this fucking shit official, you gonna have combatants, you gonna have competition, you gonna have people coming in. And I'm not saying that this, that this person is going to be looking elsewhere or anything like that. But I'm telling you, both of your exes are probably going to be coming trying to fuck your shit up. So you got to be on your fucking P's and Q's. You know this, but look, let me tell you this. Y'all are fucking strong. I feel like y'all forget this at times, okay? You went through some catastrophic shit, some tumultuous shit. You went through some shit where the normal person would not have been able to survive it, okay? Because like I said, this was like a total fucking meltdown when it came to the shit you went through with this other person, right? Because I've heard your stories. I know what the fuck I went through, and I know what y'all went through, okay? I know what a lot of y'all have gone through. And some of those things, I'm like, oh my God, But the fact that you still standing, that you still strong, that you still here, you're still having hope and trying to, do what you need to do to heal yourselves, to open yourself up to this beautiful relationship. I think it is amazing. I feel like you should pat yourself on the back. You should be proud of yourself and be proud of all the work you've done. But don't sit here and think that, oh, all I got to do is do this and then is, I can relax. It's over. This is life, baby. All of this stuff you go through is not going to be over until you close your eyes and take your breath for the last time. And then who knows? It could be something going on the other side. I don't know. All I'm trying to tell you is that, put your armor on, give yourself, eat your Wheaties, drink your Gatorade, get yourself together, because this person is coming. And it's like anything. When you level up, what they say, new levels, new devils, as you level up, things start to get more and more, I don't want to say the word difficult, challenging. And the reason why I say this is because this person is coming. You're going to have somebody that you can lean on and they can lean on you. But you also got to understand that you still got to be on your P's and Q's. And this healing and the stuff I tell you about, it don't fucking stop with this person. I told you shouldn't just be healing just to have somebody in your life anyway. You should be healing yourself for you, because you love you. Because that's what I had to understand, okay? When I stopped, worrying about somebody else and started focusing on me, it became all about me. And so now when I heal, I'm like, I'm doing this because I want to be the best me I can be for me. It don't have nothing to do with nobody else, okay? It's about me. And you need to adopt that type of mindset, because this is life. And life be lifing, and life ain't gonna fucking stop lifing no time soon. So I wish y'all the best. I hope this helped you, Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. You got this. You can do this. It may seem like it's difficult, but think about all the shit you just been through. You a damn, I don't even know what to call you. You are not your average bear. Let me say that. You are not your average bear when it comes to pain and stress and strife and all the things that you've been through. And I know some of y'all are like, oh my God, yes, because this is life. And you signed up for a particularly challenging one. But this time you have reinforcements in the way of your person. Your person is coming in here, and they are trying, they are being your support system, and you are being their support system. And it's supposed to be like this. So remember that. Don't fight this person. This person is coming in, and they want to be all in. This is what y'all been asking for all your lives. So if this is what you want, then you gotta go hard. Like you was trying to go hard for that fucking twin. You need to go hard for this person. This the person you need to be skeptical about this motherfucker, and be all in when it comes to this one. Okay. All right. Like I said, hope this helped. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, please. Oh God. If you want a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, twins.